wealth, right? When did you get into Bitcoin? Did you buy it when we was buying it in November, December of 2022 at 15,000 and some change? Or did you buy it at 25,000 or 50,000 after the Bitcoin halving? Did you buy it at 75,000? I don't know when you bought Bitcoin, so I can't tell you to sell it. I have no idea. Very, very hard question for me to answer because I don't know your entry point. I don't know if you bought a spot or if you're trading it. If you're trading it, are you trading it on leverage? There's a bazillion different scenarios that I don't have the information, so I can't answer that question. It's just one of those questions I can't help you with. Rate cut, how's it going to affect the market? You know, we don't know. Got to sit back and wait. No one knows, guys. It's someone who controls money who's going to come on TV and say whether he's cutting rates. Will he cut it by 25 basis points? Will he cut it by 50? I don't know. I have no idea how the market's going to react. I know how the market's acting right now. It's up. It's bullish. And, if you wasn't in position, you don't get an opportunity to take advantage of that. And so I can't tell you. I can't tell you what the market's going to do. I can tell you that I'm in position. I got about 14 positions open. I told you guys that I got 14 new positions open. Let's look at them. Let's go over here and look at these positions. I got 14 new positions: Solana, MOG, Virtual, XRP, Dog with a Hat, Sui, Pingu, Tau, Bitcoin Tau, Chainlink, Cardano, Pepe, Super, Ethereum, and Bitcoin. I'm down on ADA right now, and I got an unrealized loss on XRP right now. But let's go over here and see. I'm up. My profit and loss, I'm up about 8,000 on these positions over here. I'm up about $8,000. So I don't know. I don't know what the FOMC, I don't know what the rate cut is going to do. I'm in position, though. In this account and a couple other accounts. I mean, I'm in position. I'm ready to go. I keep telling people that. It's all about preparation. Success, preparation meets opportunity. I'm prepared. If the opportunity for the market to run happens tomorrow, guess who's in position? For sure, 100%. 100%. Are we going to talk about how well you're doing now? Oh, we are going to talk about how well you're doing now? I don't understand the remark, John Mark. I don't understand what you're saying. Are we going to talk about how well you're? Are we going to talk about how well you're doing now? I don't even know what that means. I don't know what that means. I've been on TikTok since 2021, and so people already know how well I'm doing. They know how well other people are doing. So I'm not really sure what that means. He's trying to be funny. Move on. Yeah, I feel it, right, TB? I can't sleep tonight. Yeah, it's a lot. There's a lot that could keep you up for sure. I was told that I should sell when Bitcoin hits 50% dominance. Is that right? Who told you that? Generic statements like that they don't make any sense. You was told to sell when Bitcoin dominance hits 50%. Like, that's just such a generic statement. You have no idea what Bitcoin is going to be, what it's going to be doing when it hits the 50% mark. And you was told to sell at the 50% mark, but what time frame did they tell you to sell on? I'm trying to help people out. I'm literally answering these comments today and responding to these comments to help people out. Someone told you to sell when Bitcoin dominance hits 50%. Okay, where is Bitcoin going to be at in price? They have no idea. At what time frame are you going to be selling it on? Are you going to be selling on a 15-minute time frame, or because you're getting out before something? If it's bullish on a daily chart, it has a lot of room to run. On a weekly chart, it's just such a generic statement. Makes no sense, right? You should grab my crypto trading course. Learn how to trade. Therefore, you don't have to rely on something just generic as selling Bitcoin when it hits the 50% dominance. That could be the worst thing, or it could be the best thing. You have to look at the charts. It's so generic. I wouldn't take that. I wouldn't do that just based off of that. I'm sure. What I'm telling you is real. I'm just be honest with you. You'll see when I start turning my camera around for charting. You think total two will hit 4 trillion this cycle, October, November, December? Total two, will it hit 4 trillion? Here's the answer to that question. Somebody's asking me down here, do I think that the total two, which is, the crypto market cap excluding Bitcoin. So that means everything except for Bitcoin. And they want to know, can it hit $4 trillion? The answer to that question is yes, but I'm gonna show it to you why I'm giving you. I don't just give answers. I actually show you how I arrived to the answer. So the answer to that question is yes. Here's how I know. This is what you're asking me about. You're asking me about total two, which is the crypto market cap excluding Bitcoin. Currently, look, this was November 2021. So this was the all-time high that it hit in 2021, which was around 1.72 trillion. So that's the high. Down here was the low. Down here at the bear market lows, right? Down here, see that? November, December 2022. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a proper Fibonacci, draw it from this high. This is called a swing high, all the way down here to this swing low. Right there, see it? And I'm going to turn on these Fibonacci's. I got custom fibs over here, so I'm just going to drag these out. And I'm going to show you the answer to that question. You can see it for yourself. So the person wants to know, can the total two hit $4 trillion? Well, this was the bottom. Look at these over here. These are your percentages right here. This is the bottom. As it rose off of this bottom from November, December of 2022, right, the total two hit the 23% level, which was about $740 billion. Okay. Ran all the way up here to the 618, met resistance, 1.23 trillion. And then it ping-ponged around between the 38 and the 50. You see that? Ding, 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 ding. So 900 to $1 trillion. Rallied all the way up here to almost an old all-time high, right? Then had this pullback all the way back to the 38% level. Now we're rallying back up, and we're just now creating a new high. That means we broke this high here, so that's a higher high for sure. But this is a high, this is a higher high, this is a higher high. We are absolutely going this way. So the next level on this Fibonacci is what? 2.5 trillion. Right? That's the 1618. Look at the 2618. 3.77 trillion. The 3, look, that's the 2. Look, the 3618 is 5 trillion. So you're asking me, can it hit 4 trillion? Yes. You're looking at it right now on the charts, right? So there you go. Here's the information right there in front of everybody. It actually can go all the way up there to the top of that Fibonacci, which is 5.83, almost 6 trillion. Whoa. Whoa. Remember when I was telling everybody that this market was going to hit $8 to $12 trillion? And people like to shake their head like, I'm like, okay. I'm not going to argue with you. I just if you haven't done your research, you don't understand that. 8 to 12 trillion is what I'm on record for. So I haven't changed my mind at all. I've been saying it for years. Tell them, boss, profit isn't real until you sell it. It's true. Right? If you buy an asset at a lower price, you have to sell it at a higher price in order to take profit. That's all. If you buy an asset at a low price, right, and it runs up, you have to sell the asset in order to realize the gains. You have to sell it. So thanks, Tiago. Retail must first come in before the market starts to pop. That's not true. That's a wrong statement. Retail investors don't matter anymore. Institutional investors are here now. Venture capitalists are here now. Angel investors are here now. Sovereign money is here now. Pension funds are here now. Wall Street is here now. The retail doesn't matter. Does retail help? Yeah, but we don't need retail to push the market like the way we don't need that. Absolutely. No, we don't need that. What you need is all those billions of dollars and trillions of dollars sitting on the sideline right now that was waiting for regulatory clarity and all of that. That matters. Retail is just going to be a byproduct of what happens here. I'm telling you. It used to be that before retail came, but before Wall Street and institutional capital came in, it used to all just be retail. Retail will come in, we dump our bags. That's Ms. Holly. That's actually correct. To be honest with you, that's actually correct. Uncle, can you? Whoa, 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 whoa! It was asking me something. Dang, that just went up. I was trying to answer that question and just flew up on me. When are we going to cut interest? Cut interest tomorrow. Tomorrow happens. Rate cut happens tomorrow. You'll get it on screen. Jerome Powell will be on the screen. He'll be talking to you. Have XDC any good future? Yeah, yeah. It's one of those coins that's part of the like ISO 20022 compliance for the most part. I think XDC is one of those. I think X is ISO 20022 compliant, but yeah, XDC is a pretty good project. Can you give me your input on BBAI and DFT stock, please? And thank you. I'm not aware of those stocks. I don't trade a whole bunch of stocks. I have a small basket of stocks and some ETFs that I trade. Well, not even trade. I buy. You know what I mean? I'm not really trading them. I'm just getting great entry points and just holding, waiting for compound interest and stuff like that. And I have some stocks that I invest in for dividend pays, but those aren't BBAI and DEFT stock. I'm not aware of those. Those are not in my portfolio, so I can't help out with that. We fly tomorrow or next month. No one knows. Nobody on the internet is going to be able to tell you whether we fly tomorrow or next month. We have to wait for macroeconomic environment to see what happens with Jerome Powell, and we have to look at the charts. The charts are bullish right now. Everything is set up to fly, for sure. Look, we ran up from Saturday to Saturday, from last Saturday, right, to we're talking about the previous Saturday. It was like the 6th. From the 6th to the 13th, the markets ran up. We just had a pullback, and that pullback happened before this information comes out tomorrow. So we're in position. We've already had a pullback, and so we have room to run. And some of these assets are starting to look, guys. I mean, I can't make this stuff up. I mean, if you want me to lie to you, I can. But I'm just. Here's your top 1,000 cryptos. Here's your top 100 right here today. These things are already starting to move. Men lie, women lie. Numbers don't lie. This is your top 100 cryptos. They're already moving. Right? And it's not just the top 100. Here's your top 200. Here's your top 300 right here. Look right here. Top 3. Here's your top 300. People are getting in position. Whether you get in position or not, I'm not going to argue with people about what's this stuff. Here's your top 400. Right? People are already starting to get in position for this. Here's your top 500. I just showed you the top 500 cryptos. Like 97, 98% of them are pumping. They're green. 97, 98% of them. Top 500. So we're poised to run. Let's see what happens. Right? This stuff is running up. What was I sitting? I was sitting at about $8,000 or whatever. Like this. We're in position. Let's see what happens. No one can tell you though. You just manage your positions. Have some stop losses in there. Be prepared to take some profits if that needs to be. What chain will tokenized stocks be on? ETH, Chainlink, Ethereum, majority of them. Chainlink has Oracle, so Chainlink is going to be helping real world assets, come onto the blockchain. So it's different. It's got oracles. All right. Ethereum is what the institutions are choosing to tokenize and digitize things. Right. So yeah, Ethereum is going to be that particular thing. Right. Somebody said, which chain will tokenize stocks? Yeah, I'm just telling you. Well, you said stocks. I was just talking about tokenization as a whole. When we talk about stocks, maybe Chainlink, because it's helping. Chainlink has those oracles to help real businesses bring their stuff onto the blockchain. So, David, if you will allow me to change my answer, I choose Chainlink in that aspect. If you'll allow me to change my answer based off of what I just gave you. Chainlink. Do you trust liquidation heat maps? Liquidation heat maps are very real. I mean, they're tracking. A lot of that stuff is being tracked pretty much real time. So, liquidation heat maps, and there's also you also have a indicator that shows you liquidation as well. I showed it to everybody yesterday. So you got heat maps, but if you don't like looking at a separate thing outside of TradingView, you could just turn on I'm on. Where am I at? Let's go to. Let's pull up Solana. Let's pull Solana up because you guys are familiar with Solana for sure. Or XRP. Here's XRP. Look at a 4-hour chart. All right, so here's XRP. Don't pay attention to my entry points, original entry point, scaled up entry point. Somebody say he's just these how you know that I win when I come in and do stuff like that. But if I wanted to see where liquidations are on here, I can pull up something here. Look, in my favorites, it's over here. It's called HTF liquidity. I can click on it right here, and I can look at that. Look. So here is where XRP is trading at right now. See this? This is where XRP is. For anybody shorting XRP, right? There's liquidations that happen right here. For people that are shorting XRP right now, a lot of them are going to get liquidated when XRP comes up here. It hits $3.06. Not a lot, but there's going to be liquidations there. Majority of the people that are shorting XRP, they will get liquidated up here at $3.18. If you are going long on XRP, if XRP comes down here to $2.95, a lot of people will get liquidated $2.95, and a lot of people will get liquidated at $2.93. These are major liquidation pools. Look, there's another liquidation pool down here at $2.86, and you notice that there's a lot of liquidation down here to the downside. Which means if XRP comes up here, boom, hits these people, knocks out the people that were trying to short it, bye-bye, right? And then the people that was going long, guess what? This comes slamming down here and liquidates those people as well. Bing, boom, 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 boom. Wait, what? Wait, whoa. Yeah, that's for sure. And so, tomorrow it could be very volatile. Make no mistake about that. Tomorrow could be very, very volatile. Make no mistake about it. I appreciate that, Tien. What's your outlook on ICP? I have ICP, and my ICP is locked up. And so, it's Internet Computer Protocol. It's got a lot of great tech, you know what I mean? And, the people that started a ICP and stuff like that, pretty smart. So, pretty good. I don't have any complaints about ICP. I have mine locked up for several years. Let's see what happens with that. But, I'm not trading it. I'm not buying any more of it. I just own what I own, and it's locked up. $2.5 billion market cap. 48th largest crypto, meaning it's in the top 50. Let's see what happens. You know what I mean? If that happens, I will definitely be signing up. Somebody said, if that happens, I will definitely be signing up. Well, I hope you took a screenshot of that so you can see what the deal is. You know what I'm saying? Nothing, you can't guarantee anything, but we have to move off of what we call probabilities, guys. All right. So if you look at XRP right now, the probability is that XRP is going. It's the probability is XRP is going up. If anybody, let me show it to you. Let me prove it to you right here. Let me show you real quick. What's the probability of XRP continue to go up? Well, I can show you right now. So because there's people that will argue with you and stuff like that, and we don't have time for that. Would y'all let me to show you the probability? I'm not going to do this for every single crypto, but I'll just use it I'll do XRP first, just to show you that when people get to arguing and stuff like that, if they don't know how to chart, I don't even listen to them. You shouldn't either. You shouldn't waste your time. I'm telling you that it has a very strong possibility of going up, right? We can't guarantee anything, so we can't make predictions, but we look at probability. Here's why. Check this out. See if I'm telling the truth here. We're not going to look at short-term stuff because this is where scalpers and day traders are. And that doesn't give us a good picture of what the market is doing. We're not going to look at daily and weekly because this is way too far out. This is weeks and months out. We need to look at something in the middle of the road, like a 4-hour chart, just to find out what this thing is doing in the middle of the road, meaning it's not low time frame, it's not too high, right? if I look at this, you see right here and you say, this, how can it go up, bro? This is a high, this is a lower high, and this right here is a lower high. That's what you would think if you're looking at the charts and you don't know how to chart. But let me show you something. You are wrong. Because this high right here, see this? This is what this was. Okay? Right? This was a down channel right here. Okay? And this right here, that was the breakout of that. In addition to that, this was the low, and that means the nearest high was right here. Okay? So this was the low, this was the nearest high, which means we came up here and we broke that high. So now we're down here and we're challenging this. Now, Calvin, this thing could come down here and do all of this stuff right here, you know, come back down here to retest this. It could do all of that. Come back down here and retest this as support area right up in here, which will be on this line. It can do that. But look where it is. It is right here knocking on the door of breaking this high. That's what I am trying to say to you. So if you look at that, that makes sense. But also, guess what else makes sense? If I'm looking at this on a macro, and this is my highest point here, and this down here is my lowest point right here, right? Guess what else do I see? This right here, this is your 50% level right here. So it has pulled down, and it is pulling back up here. This is your 38% level. It is knocking on the door of this. If you get a rejection here, then you could come down here, right? If you lose this, then you could come down here. But if you break this and find support, this will be coming back this way. Somebody say, I got it. I got it. And that's the macro right there. So there's a high probability of this going what? Up, because we're close here to this 50% level. We've already got past the 23% level. If you want to wait for it to get past this 50% level and find support up here, right? You can do that if you want to. But do you understand what I'm showing you, guys? This is charting, okay? Now I'm also going to throw my EMA ribbons on. And what do I see here? These EMA ribbons crossed right here. Somebody say he's showing you exactly where they crossed, right where he had that stuff. So I already know this is bullish. This small pullback here never pushed these EMA ribbons to cross. These EMA ribbons are still bullish. In fact, the price action is still holding the SMMA 50 right there. So if you're asking me if this has a probability of going up versus down, I'm going to ride with the up. That's what it's in an upward channel right now. So, right, I don't have a crystal ball though, right? No one has a crystal ball. But if you know how to chart, you have to make decisions based off of probability. My decision is that XRP is bullish. And because I know how to chart, I know exactly where to place stop losses or to get out of this thing if it starts going in a different direction. If you don't have my course and you don't have that information, you're going up against people that do. And you're going to probably get your money taken away from you, because even if it pulls back, if it's a slight pullback and it's nothing to trigger a bearish mode, all you do is sit in an unrealized loss, and then you're oh man, I'm selling, I'm getting out of the position. And then the market just comes back, shows you a little something that you don't like, and takes off on you. And then you're like, that's the bullshit right there, man. There's some bullshit right there. And people like me just sitting around looking at you like, well, it was in an up channel. It never broke out of the up channel. I mean, right? That's a lot that I just told y'all. Trust me. Everything I just explained to you is a lot. Be honest. Do you think crypto will be manipulated in the future? It's being manipulated right now. Institutions are here. So yes. Yes. Right. Will it become more stable as more entrepreneurs and people, you find out what the volatility will go away. Like the at the high level that is at right now. But in the future, yeah, just like it's markets. Markets will always be manipulated by people of power, manipulated by, other people that are what we call whales, who have way more money than you, that play around in the short time frames because it only cost them a couple $1 million to push the market up or down and get you out of position. They can't do that shit on a high time frame. Let me grab my microphone, because what I just said to you was super, super great. Whales and market makers can play around with you in shorter time frames. For those of you who like to play around in 5-minute charts and 1-minute charts and 10-minute charts and 15-minute charts and 30-minute, You are playing around with the best of the best. They have proprietary software. They have trading teams. They have trading bots. They have way more capital than you. And it only costs them a couple $1 million to push the market around to get you in and out of trades and stop you out of your trades and liquidate you. They cannot do that when you get to higher time frames. It costs way too much money to try to manipulate the time frames when they're high, the market. What I'm telling you is true. If you don't, if no one in your, if no one around you is a trader and they never told you that, what I am telling you is truth. It's easy for whales and market makers to manipulate smaller time frames. The market on smaller time frames, way too easy. Only costs a couple $1 million to do that. And when I say a couple million, I'm talking about 5, 10. They don't care, right? A couple million. They just wipe you out. They cannot do that on I'm giving you specifics now. On 4-hour time frames and higher, it's very hard to manipulate the markets. It costs a ridiculous amount of money, and they won't do it. Appreciate that. I could if I can. Is that making sense? Hey, somebody tell me if that's true what I just said. Give me some people that are on here that really know how to trade. I'm not talking about novices and people that are just, beginning and intermediate people. I'm talking about pros. Pros, is that information that I just said to the audience, is that true? It's true. They can't manipulate 4-hour time frames and higher. Well, they could, but it will cost them an insane amount of money, and they choose not to do that. But you start playing around with them on 1 hour, 1 minute, 5 minute, 10 minute, 15 minute time frames, 30 minutes. You're dealing with the best of the best. They got a lot of money. Better trading teams than you, better proprietary software. Their servers sit next to the servers of the exchanges. And you're stuck with TradingView and stuff like that. What? Are you kidding me? It's real talk what I just said. Thanks, Scott. Appreciate it. They manipulate on years and months. What? No, they don't. No, they don't. They cannot manipulate. They don't manipulate on years and months. They manipulate on 5 minute, 15 minute, 30 minute, 1 minute, 2 minute charts, stuff like that. They don't manipulate on years and months. Is that what you were saying? Because that's wrong. If that was what you were saying, how can I move my XRP? Don't have the answer to that question. Don't know where it is. It's on a centralized exchange. Is your XRP in a DEX? Is your XRP on a ledger? Is it on a Tangent wallet? I don't know. I can't answer that question. What's going on with XRP? I heard it was going to crash. Okay. I just showed everybody where XRP was, so I disagree with that right now. Based off of what I see in the charts right now, XRP is not sitting in a situation to where it wants to crash. I can prove it to you if you want me to. I just double down on what I'm saying just one more time so people can get the full gist of it, because I don't think they're getting the full gist of it. This is XRP, guys. And again, I'm on a 4-hour chart, so we're not on short-term stuff. We're not on super long-term. I'm in the middle of the road here. This is what XRP looks like right now. So when somebody tells you that XRP is going to crash, you just tell them to come see me. Tell them to log in right now. Because everything you see down here is support. And this right here was resistance. Right here, right? Okay, look at this. XRP literally just found support down here inside of an ascending channel. And you have people telling you it's gonna crash. Nothing about this right now tells you that XRP is gonna crash. Nothing. And that's a 4-hour chart. Now to double down on that, I'm gonna go here to a 15-minute chart and zoom in for you and look at this. Now this is a 15-minute chart. Look, pay attention. On this 15-minute chart, look what I'm showing you here. This was the pullback. Look, on this 15-minute chart, this right here was your downtrend. And you literally just broke out of the downtrend. So not only are you in a macro, not only are you in an uptrend on the macro on a 4-hour chart, but if I zoom into a 15-minute chart, you literally just broke out of a downward channel on a 50. What are we talking about? I'm trying to help you. Where are these people that say these things? Who are they? Come tell them to come see me. What are you talking about? No. Nope. Nope. Right? In order for XRP to go down, I'm telling you what it has to do. I'm going to zoom out because I was zoomed in on that 15-minute chart. I'm going to zoom out. Here's what it has to do. I don't have a crystal ball. I'm just probability guy. I'm going to zoom out for you now. For anybody telling you XRP is going to crash, let me just get rid of this circle so I can draw this back up now. I'm grabbing my little brush. You have to get past this. This is where XRP broke out of this descending channel on a 15-minute. You got to get past that, which is somewhere around $3. Okay, so XRP has to break down. It has to leave where it is right here and start closing candles. It has to do this and start finding resistance there, right? After it does that, guess what else it has to do? Well, I'm going to help you out. You're looking at the macro. Remember this? Remember this thing here, macro channel? You have to lose this support level, which means that once you do that, you also have to break this red line. Somebody say you have to do that. And once you break that red line, it has to find resistance on the top side. Both of those things have to happen, period. Both of those things have to happen. And right now, that's not what's happening. The trend is your friend until it is not. And right now, the trend is what? The trend is up, guys. The trend go this way. Right? I chart this stuff in front of everybody so they can see what's happening, because you got too many people out here on YouTube and stuff like that, just in Twitter, just texting, tweeting stuff, and it's like, just show me the charts. Next time somebody says that, just say, okay, cool. I'm not gonna argue with you, but show me the charts. And then when they show you the charts, if they show you something different from what I said, then you can say, okay, I believe you, but they can't show you something different from what I just said, because those are the charts. Those are true. Do I have an XRP position? I do. I have an XRP position, and let's see if it's doing anything. I have a couple of XRP positions. Let's see here. Right now, this XRP position. I'm trying to show you some stuff that's not even a big. Let me find something that's not big. I want to show you something over here. Yeah. But you saw that I have 14 positions in one account. This is a different account. Okay, so look. This is an XRP position. It's on an 8X, and I'm only up about $23, 22. This is going to fluctuate. Calvin is going down or whatever. I have a position in. It's a $12,000 position. See, it's a $12,000 position on XRP, right? And so it'll help fuel this $2,500 profit that I'm in right now for the other trades that I'm in. It'll help fuel that. Let's just see what happens. Got a proper stop loss set in place. You know what I mean? I'm ready to go. Let's go. Let's see what we have. You have any leverage trades open before FOMC tomorrow? I just showed you. I have several. I have a total of about 40 across 4 different accounts. So yeah, I showed you I got 11 over there. I'm up about $2,500, $2,500 on that, and I have some other ones that I have open as well. So yeah, definitely do. Somebody said, you introduced me to Virtual Protocol. Thank you. You are so welcome. How high do you think Tau can go, and would you sell after the halving? How high do you think Tau could go? Well, Tau has the same tokenomics as Bitcoin. Tau is one of those projects that I'm not really looking to take a lot of profits on with my spot bags. I'm going to hold Tau till the next cycle. Now, watch this. This is This is an important response to this comment here. Everybody needs to listen to this. This is ridiculous. Okay, so how high do you think Tau can go? Okay, Tau has the same tokenomics as Bitcoin. It is the number one artificial intelligence asset on the blockchain. It's ridiculous. It also has subnets. I have some subnets that are making me a ton of money as well. So I believe in Tau for sure. Tau itself, the subnets, it also has I think an ETF or something like, or trust with one of the majors. I can't remember if it's BlackRock or somebody like that, or or I can't remember, Bitwise. I can't remember, but it's got a trust. All right, so I'm not selling a lot of my Tau that I hold inside of my cold wallet. So how are you going to take profits? I'm trading it. I trade it, but I'm going to hold it till the next cycle. That's how important I believe Tau is. And so currently BitTensor Tau is sitting at $344. I see, in the next cycle, I easily see a $2,000, $2,500 BitTensor Tau, possibly even higher. So I'm not even taking profits on this one. This go around, when this cycle ends and the bear market sets in and things are crashing down, I don't care. I'm not even taking profits I'm not doing anything with my BitTensor Tau. I'm just gonna leave it sitting on my cold wallet as like an investment. I'm just gonna just set it and forget it. And I'm taking advantage of what it's doing in the market by trading it. So I got the physical version of it, spot, and I'm trading the paper version, just so I can make money off the gains that it does in the marketplace. Somebody say that's smart. I got a BitTensor Tau trade open right now. Let me make sure that I'm telling you the truth. Here it is. I just clicked it and pulled it up. I got a BitTensor Tau trade open on a 7X. I'm up about $535. It's a $26,000 position. It means I'm pretty serious about it. So there's almost a $30,000 position that I have open on BitTensor Tau on the 7X, and I'm up about $500. That's me trading BitTensor Tau to take advantage of the movements in the market, and I'm also holding it on my cold wallets for future stuff, like years from down the road. Listen, guys, there's levels to it, right? There's levels to this. Any market pullback before tomorrow? We don't know. I don't know. The market can do anything that it wants. So no one has the answer to that question. I'm prepared for a pullback though. I have some limit orders set. Guys, here's what y'all look. I have like this right here. There's 14 positions open over here. Look, in this particular account, there's 14 positions open, right? But if you look over here, I have two limit order set. One, I got a limit order set for Solana, a limit order set for MOG, right? These are limit orders. So these are positions I'm already in. There's two limit orders set over here for Solana and MOG, right? So I'm prepared. Look, I'm in the market now to take advantage of whatever's happening now, all right? And I'm also sitting on limit orders. If the market pulls back, I'm gonna get some great entry points on pullbacks too. And so, yeah. Let me see if I got any other limit orders set, because that was that. So I got 14 positions open, 2 limit orders set on that. Let me go and click onto another one of my accounts and see. Let's go to my scalping account and see if I got anything open over there. Y'all gonna love this. No, I'm serious. So, yeah. Okay, so check this out. So I got 16 positions open over here. Right? I'm up. I got about 60 G's equity, and I'm up about $2,000 on these positions that I put in. And so you can see, like on this BitTensor Tau position, you say, Calvin, you're down like 366 on this. This is another $30,000 position. I'm doing something different with this. Just trust me. So all of these are I'm up about 2 G's, so I don't care about these unrealized losses. That stuff will play out. But that's not what I wanted to show you. I'm in 16 positions, but watch this. If I click this, I have 11 more limit orders set for MOG, for Aerodrome, for HBAR, for Hyperliquid, for Bonk, for Pingu, for XRP, right? For Dog with a Hat, for Caspa, for Sui, for Cardano. So if the market, I'm taking advantage of the market now, right, with these open positions, but I also have limit orders set in case the market pulls back. I'm ready for that too. I'm totally prepared. I don't know what it's going to do, but I'm prepared. There's that definition again of success when preparation meets opportunity. If the opportunity for me to grab some of these assets at a lower price happens, I'm prepared for that. If the market takes off from where we are right now and never dips back down and just goes ballistic, I'm prepared for that. It's a win-win for me. If it takes off, great. If it pulls back, great. No problem. None of that bothers me at all. Yeah, man. None of it bothers me. Somebody said, when do you think the cycle will end? Well, I'm defaulting to people that are way smarter than me and have way more market insight, and they're friends with people that are in high places that deal with the financial sector. They believe that this market cycle goes to the beginning of 2026, like first quarter of 2026. I'm gonna default to that, right? That the market cycle tops out and starts ending around the first quarter of 2026. That's what the people that are better than me are saying. I'm pretty good. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Do you take profit on trade soon? No, I'm not taking profits on anything right now. I'm not taking profits on any of these trades right now. I don't get out of bed for $2,000 or $7,000 on the other one. And I don't get out of bed for that. Here's what I could close these trades down. Listen, I'm showing you this so that you understand that I'm trying to tell you how people that are a little bit more seasoned in spaces, how we think and how we operate, right? So this is not a, ooh, look at me type of thing, because some of the numbers, that when I show you the numbers, some of y'all might be like, damn, I would shut everything down right now. You kidding me? I don't get out of bed for this stuff. So, all right, so I'm just showing it to you real time so you can see it. And we got to go through a couple of different accounts so you can see it real time. These 16 positions that I'm in, right, even with these unrealized losses that you see here, none of that matters. The profit is $1,700. I don't get out of bed for $1,700. So I'm not shutting none of those trades down, whatever, right? So that's in the scalping account. So if I go here, you can see that it said current, that's the scalping account. If I go over here to the short-term account, right, and I click on it, you'll see it pulling up. In this short-term account, I'm in 14 positions over here, okay? I'm up about $7,000. I don't get out of bed for $7,000. So I'm not shutting any of these positions down. Even though I can shut everything down now and take $7,000 off the table, I don't get out of bed for 7Gs, okay? Now let's switch over here to this long-term account, and you'll see that that's circling out. You'll see that over here, there's only 3 positions over here. I just got 3 positions. I'm up about $11,000 over here. I don't get out of bed for $11,000. It's not going to happen. So I'm not even going to shut these down. Yeah, you see what I'm doing here, right? I am in this for bigger gains. I know how to chart. I understand my assets. I know how they should move. I'm not shutting these trades down for $7,000 and $11,000. I'm not in for it for that. I'm here for the $40,000, $50,000 moves. The 20, 30 per 35, right? My audience has seen this stuff before. When I start getting around 25, 30,000, that's when I'll start looking to take some profits, shut some trades down by 25 or 40% or something like that to see if I can squeeze a little bit more out of it with taking some off the table. But I don't get out of bed for 11 G's, guys. 7,000. I ain't gonna do that. Somebody, David said, he sleeps a lot. He sleeps a lot. Yeah, man. All right, so I wanted to share that with my audience because if I'm going to be part of this community, I got to really be part of the community. I just can't be sitting here just trying to hype you up and try to sell you a course. That doesn't work for grown folks. If I'm open and I'm transparent and I'm explaining to you how I'm moving, you get an opportunity to decide for yourself. Okay, I'm not there at that level, but when I set my stuff up, how do I actually want to manage it, right? How do I want to build my wealth? Am I going to be doing it on a shorter term period, and I need to take those profits, take it off the table, and then two birds in a hand and all those other sayings? That's up to you. Y'all know how I'm moving, right? You know, that's that. Somebody said, "What do you trade on?" If you look at if you go to my TikTok, my bio, there's a link in there for my trading course, and it tells you everything, where I trade, how I trade, my indicators, all that stuff. But if you just specifically just want to know what platform are you using, guys, I use Blowfin. Right? I have a lot of stuff. I show y'all my Blowfin stuff. I don't even show you my Bybit account. My OGs know. People that I personally trained, they know that what you're seeing on Blowfin is that these are the small numbers. I have a Bybit account that I trade on. That's cap. You can't trade on Bybit. You in the US, fam. You can't trade. I have a digital residency ID and I am KYC approved on Bybit. You haven't seen these numbers are the small numbers that I show to actively kind of be in the community to show people that this stuff works. You haven't seen the real stuff. So I'm gonna say about that. Can you check on Brett, please? Brett, let's look over here, Brett, real quick, so I can just see it visually. Brett, $493 million market cap. It's up 1.8%. For the week, is down 10, almost 11% for the month. Let me show you what I'm looking at. We're checking on Brett because you asked me to check on Brett. Here's Brett. Brett is only up, sub 2% for the week. It's down almost 5% today. And for the month, it's down almost 11%. Still down 32% for the year. There's a lot of different ways to look at this because there's a lot of room for this thing to run when it gets ready to run if it's still down 32%. But that's macro stuff. Today is down 4.6%. And so if we go over here and we type in Brett here and we look at it, all right? Here's Brett, right? And for the month, it's down. It's almost 11% for the month, right? And so you can see here that Brett is doing that, right? So that's a 4-hour chart. So I'm in the middle of the road. But here's the thing about this. If you're looking at this, this is a nice little setup because this is setting up to look something like what we call a bull flag, okay? This is ping-ponging around. And when Brett gets ready to break out of this, right, break and retest the top side of this, you're going to get something that looks like this, okay? It's in a perfect position right now, that's for sure. Is it anybody on here that agrees with me that Brett is in a perfect position to break out of this down channel right now? Right. Remember, this is a 4-hour chart. Let's see how this looks with my EMA ribbons, right? So the EMA ribbons went bullish here, right, to push it up here like this. And now you're having this little pullback, which is fine that you're having this pullback. You're forming a base of support down here like that. But let's look at this on a smaller time frame. Watch this, 15-minute. See that? So in this 15-minute chart, here's what will happen. These things right here will continue to do like this. Maybe come down here to test this. Again, that's for support. But they will continue to do like this. And when you get these EMA ribbons to come up here and cross like this, this is going to break out of this down channel and Brett is going to go nuts on you. That's facts. That's facts. Somebody said check Crow. We don't check Crow is up. I already know that. So if you just look at the top 100 cryptos, there's nothing. Look, if you go here and you check, if you just check my crypto cheat guide, look, I sell a crypto cheat guide, and I'm tracking the stuff that I mentioned in that crypto cheat guide, like here, crypto cheat guide, boom, right? Let's look at CRO, CRO. All right, 0.5 for the week is down 9.4, but look, for the month, it's up 54%. Say what? See, so if you look at it today, you see CRO over here, you think that it's not doing anything. You're like, man, everything pumping over here, man. CRO, you look like a little scrub over there, bruh. Until you click over here on the weekly and you say, man, CRO, man, you ain't doing nothing right here, man. Everything pumping for the week and you down looking like a little scrub, bruh. Here's what people forget. If these things are pumping here and Kronos is down 9.4%, you forget that it's down 9.4% because people are taking profits. They're taking profits from it running up over the month. That means you can slap another 9.4% onto this. It was up higher than this, okay? It's down 9.4% and it's still here at 50. Somebody say, oh my gosh. Right. That's why it's important to look at everything across the board. Right? You go in there and you're like, man, it ain't even doing nothing at 9.4%, man. It's like, so you're telling me that it was going crazy and people took profits? Okay. See how I did that? Data. It's very important. Data is important. People get to talking trash and stuff like that. I mean, like, man, this ain't doing nothing. This ain't pumping and this ain't pumping. I'm like, did you look at the whole thing? Are you kidding me? You looked at everything. Oh, okay. H-bar prediction. We don't do predictions around here. We absolutely don't do predictions around here. Do probabilities. And if you have my course, you can find out the probability of what H-bar can do, Hedera Hashgraph. But there's no such thing as a prediction in markets. No such thing. Only probability, right? And that comes from properly looking at the charts, measuring that against the macroeconomic environment, market sentiment. All of those things combined give you a better look of what your asset can do, but we can't predict anything. Are y'all ready for Rocktober? Yeah, people forget about that. Useful or useless. People forget about Rocktober, which is another thing. Listen, okay. These cryptos are starting to creep up right now. And it's already the middle of September. You're going to have a guy come on TV and there's like a 90+% chance that he cuts rates and makes money cheaper in the markets for people like Apple and Nvidia and all that. So that means the stock market remains bullish, which means crypto remains bullish going into October. Now, if you don't know why people are calling it Rocktober or some people that call it Uptober because you're a little bit new to the game, then that's okay. We welcome newbies as well. But the reason that they're saying, are you prepared for that, is because we have the data. Remember, we like data, right? Right? Nobody can predict anything but based off of data since 2013. We've been tracking data from 2013. Okay, so if you look over here, notice that January is, pretty good. February is awesome by historical measures. February for crypto is freaking awesome. Okay, would you agree that April is pretty damn good based off of historical data? Yep. Right? Selling man go away, right? That could be a thing, 50-50 there, right? But look at October. Look at your historical data for October when it comes to crypto. And then we're talking about Bitcoin, which controls about 60% of the market. Look at October. You see it? This is why we call this month Rocktober or Uptober. So here we are in September. Bitcoin is sitting at 7.77% right here in September. And it is the middle of the freaking month. And they're going to come in here and cut rates, setting you up to finish out the rest of September and roll into October. Do you think that's bullish or not? See? See what I mean about that data? I'm just asking you a real question. If it's halfway through September, rate cuts are coming, they should 90-something% chance rate cut happen tomorrow. So If that happens, we can finish this month out, either super bullish or creeping up to more bullish going into October. You see why I don't get out of bed for $11,000 or $7,000 in trades? I ain't get out of bed for that. I'm waiting for something bigger. I'm already in position. I'm already up. 7,000, 11,000. So there's no losing here for me. I'm just in position for something else bigger. Somebody like, yo, what site is this? It's CoinGlass. CoinGlass, like drinking glass. CoinGlass.com. CoinGlass. And you can check it out. It's pretty dope. Trust me. It's pretty dope. All right, give me a second here. This is nuts, man. And I know a lot of people are asking questions, and I can't see all the questions because when I'm looking at my screen and stuff like that, these questions just be flying up. And I don't see everything, guys. So, my apologies for not seeing every single question there. But when I look down, I try to answer the questions that I can see. So please don't think that I'm just ignoring you or I don't like you or something. Thoughts on Dymo? Yeah, I still have my Dymo. You know what I'm saying? So I haven't sold any of it. Let's see what happens. Do you have positions in Pingu? Absolutely. Absolutely have positions in Pingu. I made a lot of money in Pingu, and I plan on making a lot more money in Pingu. I also have a lot of Pingu in spots that I bought as well. You trade NQ. I do not. Al Capone. Please, what's your top 10 coins for this bull run? This question is not this question is not a question that you want to ask people. Top 10 cryptos, because in a bull market anything can pop off, and so I don't have a top 10. I have categories, and I make sure I'm diversified and balanced in those categories. So I'm going to answer that question by showing you something here, and then I'm going to switch my camera around to my screenshots, because we're going to start looking at screenshots here in a second. Somebody say, uh-oh. Y'all know how he is with those screenshots. All right, so let's go here and let's look at my crypto cheat guide, and let's look at the crypto cheat guide for today. And I'm answering this question. Somebody just asked me, what are your top 10 coins? Don't listen. If somebody gives you their top 10 coins, please don't listen. They're setting you up for failure. Not because they don't like you, but because I'm trying to word this in a way where I don't disrespect you or them. If you ask the question, what are your top 10 coins to someone, and they give you an answer, you're being set up by default, because one, you asked the question because you didn't have enough intellectual property about how this works, crypto. And they answered you not because they don't like you, but they answered you because they either wanted to be cool or they wanted to act like they had a lot more influence than they're supposed to have. I don't know. But it's not an answer that you should be listening to. Here's the proper answer in front of everybody. There is no such thing as a top 10. I used to do that, by the way. Can I raise my hand and say that I'm guilty, that I used to do that when I first got into crypto and I first started creating content about crypto? I used to give people top 10s. And then I realized, I was like, this is stupid. This is stupid. I swear. It's not a good thing to do. I just had to go back and default to what I put in my crypto cheat guide. There's no such thing as top 10. You know what the best thing is? Is this right here. There's only balance and diversification. There's no such thing as a top 10. Your portfolio needs to be balanced. That meaning 25% of your portfolio should go into Bitcoin. It's a store of value. It's gold 2.0. It's digital gold. 35% should go into large cap utility coins, smart contract type plays. 10% should go into DeFi, 10% should go into AI, 10% should go into gaming, 8% to lower micro cap gems. These things can go off and do 25, 35, 50x, 100x, and only 2% exposure to meme coins, because these things are super volatile and they can go absolutely crazy. So your risk to reward ratio is in check. This represents balance. These things over here that I have listed inside of these balance, this represents diversification, right? So if you're looking at 35%, you might say, okay,
I want all 35% in Ethereum. Well, you're breaking the rule of diversification because you don't have enough diversification if you're just in one project. So to diversify, you should say something like, I want 10% in ETH, right? I want 10% in Solana. I want 10% in Cardano and maybe 5% in XRP. That's your 35. Now you are balanced and diversified. You see what I mean? And so there's no such thing as a top 10, only balance and diversification. Here is the crypto cheat guide, meaning these things that I list over here, crypto cheat guide, here's how they're performing today. I can't tell you a top 10. I can only show you balance and diversification across the board. Here's how they're performing today from my ebook. LCX is down, but it doesn't matter. This portfolio is so balanced and so diversified that we won across the board. Ethereum is down 0.4%. Who cares? Chainlink is down 0.3%. Who cares? We're balanced and diversified across the board. So we won today, right? That's the real answer to anyone who asks, what's the top 5? What's the top 10? No such thing. Balance and diversification is the only thing that matters. You don't know which one of those altcoin projects are going to pop off in a different sector. But it doesn't matter. If you're exposed with balance and diversification, it doesn't matter. Who cares? IMX is up 7.6% today. I haven't talked about IMX probably in almost 7 months for the most part. Somebody asked me about it today, but I don't care what it's doing. It's up 7.6%. Great. I own some. I don't care. It's part of my balance and diversification. I won today on that, right? It made up for me being down 0.4% on Ethereum and 0.3% on Chainlink. Here's what the problem is. Look what balance and diversification does. If this thing is up 7.6%, anything that went down like ETH, right, and Link and anything else that's small in these bubbles, these bubbles fit inside of here. So if you take all of these small little ones that didn't do much of nothing, this eats all of that up and then still gives you a positive rate of flow. Somebody say, good Lord have mercy. Now you get an opportunity to really thrive off of the rest of the stuff. This is down 3.1%. Well, if this is down 3.1%, what over here eats that up? Well, this. So this Zilliqa cancels this out. This right here cancels that out. Right? You're not trying to shuffle around and chase stuff and all that. Balance, diversification. That's in my $27 ebook. That ebook has created a couple millionaires. Just the ebook. This is not, how would y'all say it, cap? This ain't cap. That ebook has created people that have joined the 2 Comma Club. It's 2 commas in a million. These are facts. The information in that ebook is nothing to play around with at all. Not even a little bit. All right. Link is in the bio. All right. You only need 5 cryptocurrencies. Honestly, no, that's wrong. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. Who came in here and said that? Continued belief. I disagree. I disagree with you that you only need 5. Right? I disagree. I can show you plenty of things of why I disagree, but I'm just telling you, if you only own 5 cryptocurrencies, you don't have enough diversification. You don't have enough exposure to things that can really run. What are you going to do? Look at the sectors. Let's just play this out in real time in front of everybody. We know you got to have Bitcoin, so that takes 1. We know you got to have Ethereum. That's 2. If you're doing DeFi, you got to have Chainlink. That's 3. If you're doing AI, you got to have, if you're doing AI, you got to have BitTensor Tau. That's 4. Okay. And if you're doing gaming, you got to have something like Wilder World or Superverse. That's 5. So you totally miss this stuff down here or in meme coins or however you want to divide it up, but you don't have enough exposure. And those are if we're going to do a quotation top 5, it's Bitcoin, Ethereum, Chainlink, BitTensor Tau, and gaming Superverse. If you want to leave Superverse out and go into low cap gyms or something like that, pick a low cap gym. It doesn't matter. Pick something like virtuals or something like that, or Hyperliquid. I don't care. But 5 is not going to be enough. 5 ain't going to get it. 5 is not going to get it. That's my personal opinion, because I don't want to argue with you. I don't want to upset you. If you totally believe that you only need 5, I don't want to argue with you in front of everybody. But in my personal opinion, and I've made millions in this thing, 5 ain't enough. Don't go listening to people who have tens of millions. These are decamillionaires, and all they hold is Bitcoin and Ethereum and something like Sui or something, or Solana. These people are richer than you. They are decamillionaires. They can afford to only have Bitcoin. Because when Bitcoin only moves up 3%, if you got $1 million, a 3% move is an insane amount of money. If you don't have millions of dollars, don't talk to me about just having 5 cryptos. That's my personal opinion. That's my personal opinion. I won't argue with anybody. And you guys manage your portfolio and your wealth building experience the way that you want to. But don't go comparing yourself to people that have a bunch of money. No. The reason that they are only in Bitcoin and Ethereum is because they have more money than you. They need things that have market caps that are as in the $1 trillion market cap or hundreds of billions of dollars, because it takes a lot of money to push it up. It also takes a lot of money to push it down, which means it's less volatile, and they don't like being in a super volatile environment. Crypto is already the most volatile asset on the planet Earth. But if I can put my money in the most volatile thing on the planet Earth right now, I want to at least put it into something that's less volatile than putting it into something like dog with a hat or something. They're not going to do that. They're going to put their money in Bitcoin and Ethereum. And then they might venture off to something like Solana or Sui or something like that. I'm being honest with you. They're going to put it in the large caps, guys. Am I telling the truth? Sometimes when I have these type of conversations or answer and respond to these comments, some people don't like it. But I only know how to be one way. I can't be fugazi. I don't know how to be fake. I don't know how to gas people up in a way to where it's going to get them in trouble. I only know how to give you sound information that can help you have some real impact on your finances, getting you to a different trajectory going this way for wealth building. I only know how to do that. I don't know how to do the other stuff. Watcher said, is it too late to invest now? Nope. It's not too late. It's not too late right now because we haven't finished this cycle out. And it's not too late because crypto is still a baby. Well, if I'm gonna really do this scenario right, if I'm really gonna play this out, crypto is still a teenager. What is Bitcoin, like 16 years old, going 17? It's just now really starting to drive in the financial markets. It's just now starting to drive. It's not an adult yet. It can't even go to the club and hang out with me. Right? It can't drink. Bitcoin is still a teenager. Yet it's a $2 trillion asset as a teenager. Some people don't get that part. I'm talking about it's not too late on a short time frame. It's not too late on a large time frame, like macro outlook. There's only one thing that I want to show you here to prove what I'm saying to you. Just tell me if it makes sense. How many people we got on here? About 1,700? Tell me if this makes sense. Everything I'm about to say to you is absolute facts. Listen to what I'm saying to you. Gold has been around for over 5,000 years. The market cap is $25 trillion. The market cap is $25 trillion gold. Now, I want to do something here. I'm going to pull a calculator out. 25 times 10%. 2.5? Keep that in mind. Gold has been around for over 5,000 years. $25 trillion market cap. This thing right here is pretty much a new jack. 8-9 years or something like that. Microsoft, Apple have been around approaching 50 years. They were born in 75 and 76. Market caps 3.5 and 3.7 trillion. Everything that I said so far, is it true? Yes or no? Before I continue, I got to do a temperature check here. Everything that I said to this community, is everything I said true? Yes or no? Gold has been around for over 5,000 years. Microsoft and Apple were born in 75, 76 in a garage in California. NVIDIA, 8, 9 years or something like that, right? That's all true. These market caps are true. Okay, now let's go here and let me say what I need to say then. Bitcoin was born around what, 2000, late 2008, 2009? It's a teenager. So it took these two things here almost 50 years to get to this market cap. Bitcoin is a teenager. It took a third of the time to get to 2 trillion. Listen to me. These two things here, Microsoft and Apple, it took them almost 50 years to hit this market cap that we are at today. It only took Bitcoin about 16, 17 years. That's a third of the time to hit 2 trillion. Do you understand what this is now? Gold has been around for over 5,000 years, $25 trillion market cap. Bitcoin controls and holds almost 10% of this market cap, and it's only been around less than 20 years. Am I speaking facts, yes or no? Everything I said true, yes or no? That's what I want to know. Let me look at these answers down here. Understand the money beeping at me for the OGs. Do you understand what this is now? When you ask me a question, or if anyone asks you a question, is it too late to invest in crypto? The answer to that question is absolutely no. Bitcoin hasn't even hit 20 years old yet. Yet it is about a tenth of the market cap of something that's been around storing value for over 5,000 years. It has taken it only a third of the time to challenge two of the big juggernauts, Microsoft and Apple, that's been around for almost 50 years. They are the staples. They're part of the Magnificent Seven, by the way, Microsoft and Apple. Let me show you what I mean when I say Magnificent Seven. There's 7 stocks that control majority of the stock market. NVIDIA, count them out with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Tesla, Facebook, Amazon, Google, Apple, Microsoft, NVIDIA. This is your Magnificent Seven. It's called a Mag 7. They control about 85, 90% of the entire stock market. The Magnificent Seven. Bitcoin is sitting in the ranks of the Mag 7. It's not even an adult yet. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? It is absolutely not too late. You are still early. Regardless of what you thought, now you know you are still early to the party. The DJ just set up, right? The DJ just set up at the party. We just brought him his first drink, and he's spinning music to kind of just have your head bobbing. He ain't started playing the turn-up music yet. You ain't heard Waka Flocka yet. Girl, the way you're moving, got you in a trance. DJ, turn me up. That ain't even playing yet. You ain't heard that yet. I'ma sip Moscato and you gonna do your dance. What? You ain't heard Waka yet. When you hear Waka, that's when... You understand what I'm saying? You ain't heard the turn-up music yet, but you know all that's gonna be playing. Kendrick gonna be on Drake. Chance in the plans and I've been whole week. Drake, man, boy, what? Y'all ain't heard the turn-up stuff yet. You got it, girl. You got it. Yeah. Let me get back to what I was saying. You still earliest to the party is what I'm trying to get you to understand. And I need to put a smile on your face Cause some of y'all been mean mugging, thinking you too late to crypto. Oh man, I missed the boat. Bitcoin is $100,000+. I'm late. You are not. You are not late. You are still straight up early. Okay, real talk. Who believes that? Based off of the information that I'm showing you and stuff like that, do you believe do you believe what I'm saying? Right?
Listen to this track, bitch.
I can't help it. I can't help it. I can't help it. When you hear that, that's when you like, okay, wait, yeah, man, y'all the party is started right now. That's Bitcoin, y'all, at around 250,000 one day, 500, you know what I'm saying? Waka Flocka playing. Oh man, that's funny. Rock Bandit, ain't that funny? Somebody said, drop the beat, man. Y'all, man, you can't just do that, Cal. You gotta drop it, man. Oh man, that's funny. That is hilarious. Do you think NFTs still not waking up? PM, what was that? Do you think NFTs still not waking up? Oh, NFTs gonna be a big part. They will wake up, 100%. You got to understand that NFTs are part of the future for where things are going. When we talking about tokenizing and digitizing things, listen, I didn't say this, guys. I'm showing you the most powerful people in the world, way more powerful than me. Okay, watch this. BlackRock, AUM. I'm going down a rabbit hole here with you for something because I want to show you something right here. Okay, I'm going to show you something. Well, I want to show you guys that the things that I'm saying to you, it's not a game. So watch this. Look how I'm choosing to answer this question. So, or the comment. The comment is, hey, do I think NFTs will wake up or they're not going to wake up? I could just answer the question and be like, oh no, they absolutely will wake up, and then just go to the next question. Here's the utilitarian value. Here's why people come to the lives. They know that they get an opportunity to see me chart and all of that. But they also come here to get stuff like this. You should thank the person that asked or said that comment in the community here about NFTs not waking up or something like that. Y'all ready? Let me know if y'all ready here. Let me see some fire emojis down here if y'all ready for me to comment on this. Will NFTs wake up? Are they dead, or what's going on, Kyle? Y'all ready? Okay, check it out. Here's the blockchain. Right? Blockchain is boom, here's the blockchain. Sitting on top of the blockchain is what? Crypto. Crypto sits on top of the blockchain. Right? The decentralized finance, right, is on that. Somebody say gaming, metaverse, artificial intelligence, stable coins, non-fungible tokens. All of that stuff sits on top of the blockchain. Listen to what I'm about to say to you. It's crazy. All of that sits on top of the blockchain. Okay? It is the future of where things are going to go when it comes to building out the infrastructure of where we're going to be when moving money, digitizing things, tokenizing things, all of this stuff. It will be sitting on top of the blockchain. That's a fact. Okay. So now that we understand that, what I just asked you about non-fungible tokens, my boy. Okay, listen. What is a non-fungible token? An NFT. In layman terms, let's take something that has real value, portrait, painting, whatever, something that is a real world asset, an RWA. Well, how do I know it's real? Well, if I take a high definition, video or image of it, and I place it on the blockchain, meaning I take it, digitize it, put it on the blockchain, attach a contract to it, right? That it's authentic. That's a non-fungible token. You're basically taking things that have value, placing it on a blockchain, attaching a contract to it, right? That's literally what an NFT is, like in layman terms. Okay, I don't want to go too far than that. So if that's the case, if that's what an NFT is, well, how are NFTs going to be powerful in the future? Identification, right? Grades, mortgage paperwork, marriage paperwork, like all of that stuff will be tokenized and digitized. 100%. It's going there. And that's going to be attached to what? NFTs. Now, pay attention to what I'm showing you. I'm just keeping it real with you. Now, I went to Google to type in BlackRock's AUM. AUM is an acronym, stands for Assets Under Management. BlackRock's total assets under management, AUM, reached a record $12.53 trillion in second quarter of 2025. Long story short, this is the most powerful and the biggest asset manager on the planet Earth. BlackRock, which manages over $12 trillion. Now, who is the CEO of BlackRock? Billionaire BlackRock CEO Larry Fink. Larry Fink is the CEO of the most valuable and the biggest asset manager in the world. BlackRock CEO Larry Fink has repeatedly spoken about tokenization, starting that every stock, every bond, every fund, every asset can be tokenized. The closest source for the user-specific phrasing, everything will be tokenized. It comes directly from Larry Fink, the CEO of a company that manages $12 trillion. So, when I look you in your face in front of 1,000+ people and I tell you that NFTs are not going anywhere, that they will be back, they are coming back. They're going to be a big part of what's sitting on top of the blockchain, which is where they sit, along with DeFi and stable coins and artificial intelligence that's going to be attached to it, and gaming and metaverse and cryptos as a whole. Do you understand what I'm saying? This stuff is for real. It's big. I'm not saying this to you. I'm telling you the CEO of somebody who manages $12 trillion. Every stock. No, he didn't. Listen, I play Scrabble. This is not a 4-letter word. It doesn't say most, many. It doesn't say some. It says every stock. It doesn't say most, many, or some. It says every bond. It doesn't say most, many, or some. It says every fund. It doesn't say most, many, or some. Every asset. Shit. Well, shit, if he 50% wrong and you're not invested, you lose. If he 25% wrong, you lose. He said every. Stock. I just showed you the market caps of Apple and Microsoft, 3 trillion. Nvidia, 4 trillion. These are stocks. They're going to be tokenized. You get it? They're going to be put on the blockchain. They're going to be attached to the blockchain. You're going to need some oracles for that. Hello, Chainlink. You're going to need a way to move this money around pretty fast. Hello, XRP and your payment rails, RPCs. Come on, Algorand. What you talking about, Hedera Hash Graph? You're going to need some DEXs to move this stuff around. Get some of this stuff. You're going to need some exchanges and stuff like that. Come on, Hyperliquid. Come on, Uniswap. What are we talking about? Y'all get it? Trillions with a T. You're going to need a way to move this stuff quick. Come on, stable coins. Come on, USDT. Come on, USDC, which is owned by Circle, which is a publicly traded company. Why would they approve Circle to be a publicly traded company, a stock that is directly attached to crypto for stable coins? Have you thought about that? Whoa. Damn it. Circle is the company that owns USDC, a stable coin. Basically a digital dollar. It is a publicly traded company now. It's on the stock market now. What? Did y'all see my post that I put on my TikTok timeline today? Anybody? Nah, you probably didn't. Let me go ahead and play it for you. Look. SEC, Bitcoin ETFs, that stands for Exchange Traded Fund, approved for NASDAQ. What? And the New York Stock Exchange trading. Oh my God. It's on my TikTok timeline. It's on my TikTok timeline. Yeah. Oh my goodness. No. It's on my TikTok timeline. The Bitcoin ETFs. Hey, in case you are new here, because I got to make sure, because there's some new people on here. Remember what I just told you about BlackRock? Guess who owns those ETFs that got approved by the SEC? BlackRock, Fidelity, Grayscale, 21 Shares, which is ARK Invest in them, Bitwise, VanEck, Valkyrie, Investco, Franklin Templeton, and WisdomTree. These are Bitcoin ETFs. These things are now going to be traded on the New York Stock Exchange and NASDAQ. And the largest asset manager in the world has the most money inside of those ETFs. You know, the guy and the people that control 12 trillion. Well, they also have a Bitcoin ETF that is now going to be available to people that are richer than you and me. We're talking about legacy money. We're talking about money. These people got so much money, they have trust, but they don't have the type of trust that you have. You probably don't have a trust at all. These people have what's called dynasty trusts. Calvin, say the word. They can say it, just bring it down a little bit more. Dynasty trust cannot be broken. There's stipulations inside of the dynasty trust that says that you can't even get the trust unless you go to college and graduate with an A, or unless you got $1 million minimum worth of health insurance and all kind. These are called dynasty trust. They're meant for the wealth that's being built to go on for generations. Because here's what I know. The first generation makes it. The second generation enjoys it. The third generation destroys it. That shit don't happen to super rich people that have dynasty trust. And these people are coming to Bitcoin and Ethereum because this shit is going to be traded on the New York Stock Exchange and the NASDAQ. Woo! Y'all want me to stop? I'm keeping it real. This is called real intellectual property, real utilitarian value. You got to be around circles that can rub elbows with people that have these type of conversations. What the hell is a dynasty trust, player? I got a will. A will? What? I dare you. These people have dynasty. Look it up. Ask ChatGPT. Ask ChatGPT. Listen, man, look, Calvin, you can't even get it out right now. You so hyped up. Ask Chat. What the hell is a dynasty trust? I didn't even know that exists. And y'all, hey, let me get some fire emojis down here if y'all listening to me. Let me know. Let me know you're active. Let me know you're active. Right? I'm gonna double down. I got something else to show you. Let me see these fire emojis down here. Where they at? Okay, there they go. I only need 2 just to get me crunk. Listen, look, this stuff that I be putting on my timeline, serious business. So you already know that I put this on here. I'm going back over it. SEC Bitcoin ETFs approved for NASDAQ and the New York Stock Exchange. Bitcoin exchange traded funds, to which the biggest holder is BlackRock. And I just told you that BlackRock manages BlackRock assets under management, $12 trillion. The CEO of BlackRock, who is a billionaire, has repeatedly told you that everything is going to be tokenized and digitized. Every stock, every bond, every fund, every asset. That's coming from the CEO of the largest asset manager in the world, who also owns an ETF that's going to be traded on NASDAQ and all of that. Now, if you go over here and you look at my timeline, guess what? I told you this literally today, about an hour ago. But if you look at this one right here, okay, I told you this. Look at this. This was 4 days ago. I said, did you know that Harvard University owns $117 million worth of BlackRock's iShares Bitcoin Trust? Oh my gosh! Let me explain something. You seem to think maybe that this information that I gave you about the SEC Bitcoin ETFs, that this is old news. No, SEC Bitcoin ETFs, NASDAQ, New York Stock Exchange. Maybe you think this information is super old. No. 17 hours ago. 17 hours ago, guys. 17 hours. This information here, 17 hours ago. But wait a minute. 4 days ago, click. 4 days ago, I told you that the University of Harvard University owns $117 million worth of BlackRock's iShares Bitcoin Trust. This crypto game that you think is fugazi or magic internet money, or you think that Bitcoin's going to zero and all of that stuff, you better wake up. Because I did my research. I'm going to challenge you to do your research. I'm just going to throw this out here, and I dare you to call me a lie. I went to go look up to find out. I said, out of the universities out here, who has the most in their endowment? Like invested money that they have invested in endowment. It was Harvard by a long shot. They got millions. And then I was like, damn. So I wanted to know how that compared to the number one HBCU. Come on, HBCUs, right? It was Howard. I think Howard was 2 million. I think Howard would. And it falls off dramatically from there. We're talking a couple 100,000 for these other ones. They don't even. So if anybody ever brings me to anybody that is in higher level, president, whatever, I'm like, why y'all not talking to Howard? I mean, to Harvard. What are we doing here? 2 million, and that's a lot. Congratulations to the Bisons. Okay, HU, congratulations. But for the rest of the HBCUs, this shit falls off a cliff. When we dealing with 100 and plus million in Harvard, why are they not talking to Harvard? Is it pride? What is it? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Why? Michigan was like 12 or 15 million or some crazy number. Michigan. Go listen, y'all better look this stuff up. These PWI. Come on, HBCUs. Y'all can play shit out them instruments. What we doing financially, though? I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. That went left. So, I'm African American, in case you didn't know. What are we doing? So when I'm on my live and I'm helping everybody, you better know I'm trying to help everybody. But there's a certain class, a certain amount of people that take this shit serious. I got the numbers. 117 to 2 million. What are we doing? I'm just keeping it real with people, man. People play too much. I'm out here trying to help people be financially free, man. And a lot of people listening, a lot of people not listening. Everybody want to rock LV belts and Gucci bags and Louis Vuitton and stuff like that and be a consumer and make everybody rich, but you don't know how to invest. You don't understand macroeconomics. Man, I'm folding my arms here for a second. Y'all give me a minute. That's what y'all can do is give me the whole damn minute right now. You know what it took for me to learn this stuff? I'm a middle-aged black man. Nobody taught me this stuff when I was 20. I know crypto wasn't around, but I'm just talking about the principles. Nobody taught me. My parents didn't know because their parents didn't know. So I had to figure this stuff out late 40s. Come on, man. Come on, man. I'm not folding my arms up. Y'all give me a minute. I'm hot. Y'all give me a damn minute. We're in the battle of the bands and all kind of shit. Where the bread at? Where's the financial literacy at? NBA, NFL. How come there is not a whole division somewhere when them boys come in, 17, 18 years old, $5 million contracts? Here's how you take this $5 million turn to 500 damn million. Where's that shit at? I'm folding my arms. Give me another second, man. Give me another 20 seconds, man. Give me another 20 seconds, man. I'm sorry. Somebody said, walk it off, coach. Just walk it off. Let's walk it off. That's a good idea. Let's walk it off. Let's walk it off. We'll walk it off. Let's walk it off. We walk it off. I get back. I'll get back to my desk. I'll be able to reset. I'll reset. How long it took me to learn this shit? And here I am giving away information, not gatekeeping, not even charging people. And then when I say something like, I got a course, you know what I'm saying, that goes in further detail, and I got an ebook where, all you want to do is sell the course. Okay. Profile 3 said, Drama King. I love it, though. I'm not normally like this, bro. I'm not, normally I come on here, I'm just giving people intellectual property, real utilitarian value, helping answer your question, whatever. But somebody need to hear this today. There's somebody that's my junior. Somebody's on here that needed to be fired up. Maybe they in an HBCU right now. Maybe they go to a PWI. Maybe they didn't have this information at all. Maybe they in a situation that they can help somebody else. Somebody needed to hear it and get fired up behind it. Stop playing with this information, man. All right, let's go. Let's get back. Let's get back to where we was at. I'll reset. I had to reset button. Abraham said the course is fire. It is. Spent most of my life doing manual labor. I'm teaching myself about crypto investing one day at a time. This is coming in from Peter Garcia. So it's one of the smartest things you can do. It's one of the smartest things you can do. I'm about to prove it right now. You wait till you see this. Wait till you see, I'm about to prove something right now, and it's not going to be nice. It's nice, but it won't be nice. It's nice, but it won't be nice? Wait a minute. It's nice, but it won't be nice. I don't understand what you're talking about. Well, look, we'll see. See what I'm talking about here in a minute. Let's see. Let me go here and see if I can do something nice, but not nice. Michelle A. Nice Tea, okay, or something like that. You'll see. I'm going to take this. I am going to do this. Give me a second. I'm going to pull this up. I need to make this real, man, today. Right now, I need to make it so real. I need to make it so real right now. Okay, give me a second. I'm almost there, guys. When I turn my camera around, you're going to understand why I'm taking the time to do this right now. You'll see. You will absolutely see. Okay, I'm ready now. Let me go ahead and see what I got up. Let's see if I got any one of these up. Doing. I got ETH. I got all that. Let's see. I got Cardano. Let me find something that I don't have a trade in. So Chainlink, cool. Watch what I'm about to show you. This is about to be real. And I'm gonna give you the information that's based off of real numbers, not fake stuff. Average monthly income in the US. Now, if you're overseas and stuff like that, I don't have a problem. But we're gonna use the US as the base because it's a lot going on in the US. A lot of billionaires and all this type of stuff. But so let's just use it, okay? The current US average salary per month is approximately $5,000. This is reflecting of the updated data from 2024. So it's around 5,000. Okay. Look. The average salary in the U.S. per month has consistently risen, increasing from 2,500 in 2000 to 5,000 in 2024. So the average salary, look, per month is around 5 G's. That's about 60,000. That's about 60,000. Okay. But let's stick with 5,000. And let me see if we can make this real. I'm going to make it real for you. I'm going to Chainlink. Because, everybody should know what Chainlink is. Okay. Now, I'm going to come over here and I'm going to show you guys something. It's going to blow your mind. Because when I show you this, if you choose not to want to learn, I'm just going to tell you, people are going to continue to run circles around you. This is only facts. All right? Now, watch what I'm about to show you now. This is crazy. Is everybody locked in? Is it? This is about to get real, so please lock in. I'm bringing my calculator out, and we're about to do this. Locked in? Okay, peep game. We know the average salary in the U.S. is about $5,000 a month. 5,000. Okay, so if this is the average monthly salary, let's pretend like you wanted to take $5,000 and you wanted to have $5,000 worth of Chainlink. Listen to me. Let's pretend that you needed to have $5,000. You wanted $5,000 in the market to take advantage of these moves that Chainlink is doing. It could be whatever asset you want. Just listen to what I'm saying to you. 5,000. Well, we know you can't put 5,000 in right away. That's your salary, and on your salary, right, that you're getting in on month, you got mortgage or rent, you got food, you got utilities, you probably got a car note, you got health insurance, you got life insurance, you got car insurance, whatever. So out of all of that, you may be left with, and I'm gonna let y'all choose it so that I'm not pushing this the way that I want. Out of $5,000 a month, what would you say the average monthly, what's left over to invest after 1 month? You tell me what it is. 500? 500. Okay, cool. So if you needed to have $5,000, right? If you needed to have $5,000, right? And you wanted to put that in Chainlink as an investment, $5,000. Look, I'm showing it to you right here. $5,000 divided by 500, you would have to wait 10 months. Is that true? I'm asking a question. I'm only just keeping the numbers. If you make $5,000 a month, which is the average in the US, we already seen that, and there's going to be $500 left over after paying all your utilities and bills and all that stuff, you have to wait 10 months in order to have $5,000. Okay. Let's see what that would do. You wait 10 months and you finally got it. And then here's this move that just happened here. Look at this. This move just happened for Chainlink. So this was a 72% move. We'll tell you how I got there. We got there from looking at my EMA ribbons. So let's be all the way fair here. Let's put this down here. So that's going to shorten it a little bit, about 61%. You didn't get all of this. We're just looking at these EMA ribbons crossing here. This is about 61%. So watch this. $5,000, right? Look, times 61%. Okay. Congratulations. You now had an opportunity to make $3,000 from here to here. How long did that take? Because I like letting people see how long it took. From here to this candle here took about 15 days. Now let me turn my camera around. This is about to get crazy. Let's go back over the numbers. The average monthly salary for people in the US is $5,000. If you wanted to have $5,000 in the market to take advantage of something like a Chainlink move that just happened, that only took 15 days, half a month, you would have to wait 10 months. Because after paying all your bills, you only have $500. And 5,000 divided by 500 is 10 months. Well, here's the problem that you have now. Somebody say, oh shit, here's the problem that you have now. I'm a trader, and people who have my course are traders. Sitting over here in this trading account is $1,000. It's just 1,000, okay? And I'm gonna take that, and that is on a 5X. This is Chainlink, and this is a 5X, which gives me what? Wait for it. If I want a $5,000 position, it only costs me $1,000. Look, so I'm 9 months ahead of you by putting $1,000 up in my exchange, putting it on a 5X leverage. I got the same 5,000 position that you wanted. It'll take you 10 months. It took me all of what? 1 month? But watch this. If I take this and put it on a 10X leverage, newsflash, now I only have to put up $500. The same $500 that you have to save for 10 months, it only took me 1 month. $500 on a 10X is a $5,000 position. This is a fact. And if you don't believe me, I'm going to go here and click buy long and tell you so you can see it in front of everybody. I'm going to go here and make this a real thing. Market order. Here it is. I want a $5,000 position. I'm going to click buy. I'm going to click confirm. I now have a $5,000 position on Chainlink, a $5,000 position. I only put up $500. And I'm immediately taking advantage of the moves that Chainlink is making. And so when Chainlink makes a move like this, it only took me 1 month, and you'll be sitting around for the next 9 months trying to catch me. This shit is not a game. I'm trying to tell you that people who understand how money works is going to run circles around you. This is real talk. This ain't make believe. These are real numbers. This is really happening out here. Did you see what happened? Let's recap it again. I looked it up in Google. The average annual monthly salary in the US, $5,000. Chainlink went up 70 something, 60%. It did that. And it only took half a month to do it, which means you would have made $3,000. But in order to make that, you would have had to take $5,000. I say, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Because you only got, after paying your mortgage or your rent, your car note, your right, your health insurance, your car insurance and groceries, and you only got $500 left. It's going to take you 10 months to build up $5,000. 10 months. The person that has my course and understands money is going to take $500 after the first 30 days, the first month, and now they're in the trading account and they can use leverage to run circles around you and beat you by 9 months. What? How are you going to compete with someone who makes a trade like that, and after 15 days, not only do they have their original 500, that's called margin, they got that back, but they also have their profits of about $3,000. They now have about $3,500 to invest while you're still working on your first 5,000 that's going to take. You got to be fucking kidding me. Are you serious right now? And they don't teach this stuff? They're not teaching this to your kids in school, how to really invest, how macroeconomics work. People, they've been doing this stuff on Wall Street for years. It took me till I was a middle-aged black man to figure this stuff out. I was like, y'all done messed up. Now y'all done messed up. It's over. It's a wrap. It's over. And I can do this on short time frames for quicker money, longer time frames. If I don't want to watch charts all day long, I can be in a trade for 2-3 weeks, 2-3 months. You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. I can make money going up the market, but in addition to that, this is where the EMA ribbons cross to go to. So I also can make money going down the market for another 12%. Somebody say, Lord. So while you're waiting to gather a lump sum of money that really matters, because let's be honest, $500 or $100 of worth of crypto in Coinbase ain't really gonna get it unless you was buying that shit in bottom of 2022 in November and December. Y'all know, don't look at me. I'm not gonna look at you. I'm not gonna look at you because I don't want you to get attitude. If you have a couple $100, $500 or less in Coinbase right now, it's really not gonna give you the impact of your life that you really want. Not unless you bought that crypto down in November, December of 2022 when everything was about 80 to 85% off from where it is right now. It's not going to work. It's not going to give you that real impact that you're looking for. You're definitely not buying a Lambo. Let's just keep it real. But if you know how to trade, you can turn $500 into a $5,000 position and take advantage of 20, 30, 40, 50, 60% moves that these cryptos make. $3,000 a pop, $3,000 a pop, $2,000 a pop. What are we talking about here? And we can make money going up and down the market? Yeah, it's called going long or shorting the market. Yeah, up and down. This is what y'all got to know. This is what I'm trying to explain to y'all when I get on here and tell you that this stuff is serious business. If you don't get it now, who else is going to teach it to you? They ain't going to teach it to your kids. They absolutely refuse to do that. They much rather teach them the things that only get them just enough information and education to get them into the workforce so that they can become taxable individuals, because that's how the government makes their money, taxation. So they're never going to teach your kids how to invest, because that circumvents what they really want to happen, which is taxes. They're not going to teach them how to invest. What are you talking about? Are you kidding me? Are your kids in public school? No shame. But if you don't have enough money to put them in a private school or charter school or something like that, they're in a public school. Most of the curriculum created in public schools created by the U.S. government. They're not going to teach your kids how to damn be an entrepreneur and invest. Are you kidding me? They want to teach them enough to get them in the workforce where they can tax them. These are facts that I'm telling you now. This ain't no hearsay. No need to go look it up. This stuff is facts. Yeah. So they getting taxed. That's tearing away from them building wealth. They take whatever money they can get and they put it into savings. The banks only pay them 0.01% interest, which is 0.01% on their money. $10,000 in the bank yields you $1 a year at 0.01%. That's 8 cents a month. Do your math. So you're getting taxed, taking away from your wealth building experience. You put your money in the bank is stealing your money. They take your money, you put $1,000 in, they lend up to $8,000 or $9,000 to the people in your community at 3 to 5% interest rate on average, depending on their credit rating. Which, if you take it, by the way, and you divide that, that's 5,000% more that they're getting. Somebody say, this is not true. It's not true. It's not true. It is. Pull your calculator out. Don't make me show it to you on the internet. I will do it. You want me to press you on that? Yeah. And then because you don't understand how that works, you got this $10,000 sitting in the account earning 0.01% APR, annual percentage yield, $1. Then you go to the teller at Quick Trip or Buc-ee's and you put your debit card in there and you say, ooh, I need some cash out there. And then they charge you $3 fee, right, from that bank, and your bank charge you another $3. That's $6. You have now gone back again. Oh my God. How are you winning? Every time you turn around, somebody's taking away from you. Because you don't understand how to beat inflation. You don't understand how to beat CPI. You don't understand how to beat your bank teller fees. You don't know how to do any of that unless you invest. Am I? Somebody's looking at me crazy. They don't think this stuff is true. Somebody said, God bless you, bro. You out here giving this game away for free, bro. Protect this man at all costs. I get it. Let me show you something. I'm backing this stuff up by facts, because people like to play games. They like to tell you stuff, hype you up, but then they don't want to show you the information. Well, I'm going to show you the information. These are only facts. Here you go. Here you go. Let's just do it together. If you go to companiesmarketcap.com, that means I'm not gatekeeping. Okay? Somebody say he's not gatekeeping. Companiesmarketcap.com. Did you know that if you come over here, there's a little category ranking by categories right here? You could click that drop down box and you could go over here and you can look at all of these companies that are publicly traded and all this stuff but I'm going to go to banks because that's the one that matter. So we're not going to argue about this. The largest bank in the world and the United States is JP Morgan Chase. Facts. This is not just the largest bank in the United States, but it's the largest bank in the world. The market cap is $850 billion. We're only speaking facts here, okay? So Bank of America, I'm a little disgusted at you because you're called the Bank of America, but literally this is the Bank of America. Your market cap 375. This is the real Bank of America. Let's keep it 1,000. This is USA here, okay? I'm looking at you, we know who the real Bank of America is, don't we? Okay, let's keep it going. Let's turn the camera back around. This is the real Bank of America. This is the real Bank of the world, okay? JP Morgan Chase. Now, why am I showing you that? Because go to Google and type in Chase APY savings. Yeah. See, you can scroll down here and you could go to Chase website. This way you know I'm not making this stuff up. You could go here and it says Chase Savings. I'm gonna click on it, right? You can put in a nice little area code, whatever you want to do, whatever your area code is, and you can pull it up and you can say, hey, Chase Savings and interest rates on your website, number one bank in the world, all balances. Hey, this doesn't say some. It doesn't say most. It doesn't say many. It says all balances. Annual percentage yield, 0.01%. The number one bank in the world is only willing to pay you 0.01%. For those of you who did not pass your math class, you think that's 1%. But let me show you the difference on a calculator. $10,000 in a savings account with an APY of 0.01%. Watch it. Times, look, 0.01. You have to hit the percent sign. That is 1/100th of a percent. Okay? So that means when we click equals, you're making $1 a year. This says annual percentage yield. That means yearly. Divided by 12 months means you are actively earning about 8 cents a month. Facts, because that 3 is not big enough to make that a 9. So it's goddamn 8 cents. You're making about 8 cents a month APY on $10,000. Right? And if you want to know the difference between that and 1% times 1 and hit the percent sign, that's what 1% looks like. And that right there, ladies and gentlemen, would be $100 if you was getting 1%, but you are not. You're getting 1/100th of a percent from the largest bank in the world. These are facts. Right? So now let's break it down. Now let's break it down. People like to absolutely come over here and disrespect crypto. Even disrespect the fact that I have something like a crypto cheat guide that helps them get out of these damn situations they're in. Well, here we go right here. This is my crypto cheat guide. In chapter 2, I have a thing called crypto portfolios. Talks about balance and diversification, but forget all of that. I got a bunch of cryptos listed in this ebook, $27 ebook. Wait for it. Today, I'm tracking the crypto cheat guide, and today, this is what those cryptos have done today. You think this is not a big deal. Now, I'm going to just go here, and I'm just going to say, I'm going to ask y'all, what is the average percent that you see here today? One day, what is the average percent? Just leave it down there in the comments. Just look, everybody look. What would you say the average percent is for all of these? A lot of threes. Let me see where we at. We got a lot of threes in there, twos. Let's just go with 2. Listen, we don't have to be over the top because this doesn't matter. Let's go with 2%. Here we go. Peep game. Look, going back over here. The number one bank in the world wants to pay you 0.01%. That's APY. But these cryptos mentioned in my ebook, on average today, have yielded you 2%. Well, let's look at the difference. 2% divided by 0.01%. Watch what happens when I click this equals button. Look, here's your equals button. Anybody that has my $27 ebook is building wealth 200 times faster than you. That's a goddamn fact. I'm only speaking facts here. We're not playing games. We're talking numbers and real facts. You got your money sitting in a savings account in something like the number one bank in the world. You're making 0.01%. These people have they've built wealth 200 times faster than you. This is no leverage. This is straight up money. This is no leverage. If this is on a 5X, it would be 3% times 5. It would be 15%. If this was on a 10X, it would be 30%. Somebody say, oh my God. Yeah. Now we're starting. You get it now, don't you? How are you going to beat someone who's starting to understand how money really works? How are you going to beat them building wealth? Today, just today, they are building on average wealth faster, 200 times faster on average. Today. Not over a year period, today. Somebody stop me when I'm lying. Is there anyone here that disagrees with the shit that Do you understand what I am saying on this live right now? Anybody who has my ebook that has an investment with no leverage in the things I put in that ebook, you have started building wealth 200 times faster than the average person in America. Money in the number one bank. Facts. That was one day. No leverage. When you get off this live and you start thinking about the things that I am saying to you right now, you're not going to be able to sleep. It's going to bother you. It's going to bother. You're going to figure it. You're going to say, wait a minute, unless I learn how to invest, I can't beat inflation. I can't beat the CPI index. I can't beat the fees that I'm getting charged from ATMs. Right? Any late fees that you get from your bank account, you can't beat that. You get insufficient funds for $30 or $35, they set you way back now. You are anybody on this live, don't raise your hand. Anybody on this live that has ever got a ATM fee for $5 or $6, got an insufficient fund fee for $30 or $35, a late fee for anything, you have been set back dramatically. Because those percentages based off of what we know here are massive. They have set you back dramatically when it comes to building wealth. Because you cannot beat inflation with that. You cannot beat, oh man. Woo! So y'all think it's a game. You think, well, it's just a late fee. It's just one insufficient fund. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going, and you keep paying the late fee. You're going backwards, backwards, backwards. For every $30 or $35 that you give to the bank, they're going to take it and put it in the market. They know what to do with the money. You're giving away $35, $40 late fees, insufficient funds, and all this stuff, $6, $7 here on transaction fee. That's money that's not in the market that you can't compound in interest and gains. What's that? Every time you give it away. And you're looking at it as 35 or whatever. Well, let's just bump it up to just $100. Well, if you give away $100 a year for any of that stuff that I just mentioned, you don't get an opportunity to have it in the marketplace to actually scale up or compound. You definitely don't have it in there to leverage. $100 on a 5X is $500 worth of buying power. How many thousands of dollars are you giving away on a yearly basis to fees, insufficient funds, and stuff like that? Yeah. Nope. No, I'm trying to put that battery in your back with real information, though. Notice that I'm giving you this information. I haven't even turned my camera around and showed the link for buying my course or nothing like that. I don't care. If you don't do nothing else but get this information, get off this live and go buy someone else's course or read a damn book or something, I don't need you to do business with me from that aspect. I do need you to get this information and start doing the right thing to build financial freedom. Please do not take this information and just push it to the wayside. You got to do something right now before the humanoid robots get here, before artificial intelligence disrupts your whole entire lifestyle. You better move now. I'm not here to scare you. I'm here to tell you the truth. Artificial intelligence is going to disrupt pretty much everything in the next 4 to 5 years. You won't even recognize the place that you live in right now. I'm talking about your city, your state, your country, your province, whatever you stay in. You won't even recognize it in the next 4 to 5 years. Artificial intelligence is that powerful. That's before the real humanoid robots and stuff start getting here. I'm being serious. I'm being so serious. And if you don't know how to invest and you're scared that AI is going to take your job or disrupt your workflow or whatever, why aren't you investing in it then? The very thing that's going to take you out should absolutely take you to financial freedom. And you'd be like, well, I had a good run. It's not that it's going to disrupt and just get rid of jobs altogether. That's not how technology works. Whenever technology comes along, it'll get rid of some jobs that need to be gone because of the tech, but it will absolutely create new jobs. It has been like this in every situation. When everybody was building wealth with land and wheat and cows and goats and stuff like that, that was the medium of exchange. Whoever had the most land and the most livestock was the richest people on the earth. Go read your Bible. It's very simple for that. Until they started introducing technology. And then they came along with tractors and things to pull wheat and all of that stuff. You think that displaced the people that was actually herding the sheep and doing all this? Of course it did. Okay? You got machines to do this stuff now, pick the weed and do all this, separate this and all that. So it displaced and moved out some jobs, but it created new jobs. 100% industrial age. Go look it up. This is history, right? Then the industrial age came along and people was getting richer way faster than the people who had cows, livestock, and land and all that stuff. And then the technology kept moving. The information age came about. The information comes along and they start creating software and stuff like that. Well, that got rid of a bunch of jobs. What do you mean? Because the software helps the machines that you had run better. So now it's not getting this amount of liquid and doing and throwing away these bottles. No, the software measures everything and it says, no, put this amount of liquid, 8 ounces here. The software made the machines in the industrial age run better. Somebody following me now? So it got rid of some of those jobs that they had. 1,000 people on a damn assembly line. You don't need that shit. You only need 4 or 5 people to run this line. Facts. And we're going to run that in 3 different shifts. This line don't ever stop. Ever. 4 people to run this whole line and this software. Please believe what I'm telling you. Okay? And then you start going along. Now you got all of this. And then guess what? Social media comes along. Now you got the information age, but instead of going to get the information that you got to go to somebody and pay for this and go to the Tony Robbins and sit in a whole crowd and on stage 1,000 people in there. People now are giving away information on social media, decentralizing the information through social media platforms. So now you got access to the information without catching a plane, getting a hotel, getting a Hertz rent-a-car. It's what? A ticket. Around people that's coughing all on you and shit, and 1,000 people. Yeah! You can do it now in the comfort of your own home, decentralized information. But the people who control that platform, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, these people are creating hundreds of millions of dollars through ads and all kind of other stuff. Don't talk to me. I'm telling you how this works. Now you got the blockchain here and artificial intelligence and decentralized finance. Okay? Don't make me keep going. Cryptocurrency, moving the money around in 2, 3, 4, 5 seconds. Yes, it's going to displace jobs. Believe me, but it will create new jobs. And if you are not prepared for that, if you're not investing in it because you don't want to damn work, you better start getting some different type of information and some different type of skill sets. Because the old shit is going away. It always does. I'm just giving people a lesson so they understand how technology moves. It's not going to wait on you, and it has zero feelings. It's not going to wait. Technology going to keep teching. It's not going to wait on you. It's going to keep progressing, getting faster and moving along, and it has zero feelings for you. Zero. Somebody said, well, when you write, you write. When you write, you write. I got it on the board. It's on the board. We ain't looked at it in a minute, Sarah. They ain't looked at this. They ain't some of the people never seen it, Sarah. Rui, some of the people ain't never seen it. It's on the board. I keep it on the board. I could erase this board anytime I feel like it. The information is so dope, I just kept it up there. It's been up there for years. I refuse to erase the board. New age wealth, labor of ages. It started with agriculture, what I just explained to y'all. Land, goats, cows, wheat, livestock. Those are the richest people in the world until industrial age came along. These people got richer 100 times faster than those people because they created machines to help these people farm their land and deal their livestock and put it all up on hangers and do. These people got rich 100 times faster than these people. Then the information age came along. And these people created software and stuff like that. The software helped the machines run better. So these people got rich 100 times faster than these people. Right? And then when you look at all of this is done through what we call marketing and advertising. 100%. Everything is tied to this box. Marketing and advertising. You cannot sell a product or service without marketing or advertising. This is a fact. If you are on social media and you don't have a product or service, then you are the product or service. Because these softwares and these platforms will monetize you. You out there making those TikTok videos and going viral and shit like that. That brings a bunch of traffic and a bunch of eyeballs and people to the platform, to which they monetize that traffic and you get no money on it. Well, I got a TikTok shop and I got a TikTok store, whatever. Okay, well, how are you selling that? Create more content, marketing and advertising. Okay, so we back to what I said is true then. Everything is inside of this box, marketing and advertising. You either got a product or a service or you're the product or service. Now, there's paid and there's free marketing and advertising. Here's what most people forget. They're still stuck in the paid part. And they're stuck over here in the traditional, or we call TradFi, traditional finance or traditional advertising. They're still trying to do television ads. The problem is when somebody runs a television ad, they don't know who's watching it. I could go get a ham sandwich. I never saw your television and you can't measure it because you can't track my eyeballs. That's dead. Billboards and magazines. You spending money out here in billboards and magazines. You don't know if I just go straight through and never see one of your ads. I just want to see the Ebony Jet Beauty any other week anyway. I ain't looking no ads and all this stuff. Billboards and ads, they don't see this. And you're riding on 285 in Atlanta. I ain't got time to look at your damn billboard because I got to watch this traffic. People cutting in front of me were really not me because I drive an M3 competition. They don't cut in front of me. They ain't fast enough. But I still got to watch them because I'm moving fast. I don't see your damn billboard. Word of mouth. Are you kidding me? Church, PTA meetings and all of that? Stop. Radio, you don't even listen to that. FM radio, definitely not AM. Stop, knock it off. Newspaper, you never held a newspaper in your life. You don't even know what it's like to have ink on your fingers. You don't even do that no more. That's old. What is the new television? YouTube, Netflix, Hulu, and I can track everything on YouTube, Netflix. They got advertisements. They got all kind of stuff. They got, I could go in there, look at my data, my analytics. I can see what type of camera you watch, the phone you watched it on, your IP address and all. I can match everything here. I know where you stopped, where you left off. Everything is tracked on this. That's the new television. Facts. Billboard and magazines, which are what? Images and print. This is the new billboard and magazine. Except for this right here, which get chunked in the trash and is outdated after 30 days. 30 days after you put something like this up, it can still damn go viral and get you 1 million damn views. After 30 days, it's called viral stuff. Instagram pictures, this is your new billboard. Magazines, facts, I'm keeping it real. Word of mouth, churches, and then the PTA meetings bothering your kids, embarrassing your kids. Stop it. Nothing moves faster than Twitter and Facebook when it comes to word of mouth. Something can hit right now and it's big news. It'll be on X and Facebook before you even get a chance to even blink your eye. Word of mouth is for real over here. Radio, stop it. New radio is podcast, Spotify, and everybody else who got all kind of stuff. Everything is streaming now. Nobody listens to the radio. You can't even buy a new car without Apple Play and something Google in the car. It's mandatory for people that actually buy new cars. This is a fact because nobody's listening to that shit. Newspapers, stop it. Before the ink can dry, people are pressing their own news. WordPress, Wix, Square, whatever else you want to call that. They got ChatGPT that's out here and they prompting ChatGPT to do shit. Please, nobody's doing this no more. And they're doing it all with this thing. Calvin, what is that? That's an ugly thing. Well, you don't know how to draw. Okay. But this is a phone with apps on it. This is the number one tool. This is being held in most people's hand right now that's listening to me. And this gives you access to all of that. You have access to the entire world and all of this for free most of the time. Most of the stuff ain't even paid. You got to pay for this. And most of this stuff is free on your phone right now. Access to the world. Tell me I'm lying. If you want to learn how to build wealth, take your damn phone and listen to stuff that's out here with all this content being created, people like me, and take it serious. They ain't gonna teach you in school. That's been on my board for about 4 years. I've refused to erase it. That's how good that information is. I look at it every now and then. I like to look at it and be like, boy, people don't know. Now, you say, well, what is the next iteration? Because that was like that was social media, web 2.0, and the internet. Wasn't. Now everything is web 3 and blockchain, which combines all of that into one. What do you mean? Internet, that's the blockchain for sure. The internet. Most transactions for crypto is done on a cell phone, a mobile device. Facts. So you got the internet. You got internet, right? Somebody say, yeah. Now you're actually digitizing money now. Somebody say, wait, what? Now, with all of that right there, they're now starting to digitize money. Some of y'all like, oh my gosh, yeah. You get it now? Artificial intelligence. It's on your phone. Anything that you wanted to learn about anything I had on that board, you can literally go to ChatGPT, Perplexity, Grok 4, and literally ask, I want to know if this is true. It will literally talk to you. It'll tell you everything that you need to know. You can have a 30, 40-minute conversation, 2-3 hour conversation, and learn as much as you want about the stuff that I just showed you. This is an absolute fact. And that power is in your hand. Grok 4, Perplexity, all of that stuff. ChatGPT 5, whatever. You got a plethora of the knowledge is vast. You have zero excuses, especially nobody has excuse around me in my circle. Zero. Don't tell me you don't know something. I refuse to hear it. I refuse to hear it. You got a cell phone, right? Okay. Somebody said, AI info not true. What part? What part are you talking about? That you can't learn this stuff on Grok 4, Perplexity, or Chat 5? What are you talking about? When you say not true, what are we talking about here? Not true. Let me explain something to you. Let me tell you what is true. When we get a comment like that, someone trying to come in here and be famous for no reason or something like that, trying to troll, we have a resident troll. You can't be better. He was born a troll. This is our resident troll, my boy. Trolling comments don't do anything here. We have a resident troll. Bingo is on deck. Comments like that make no sense. Not in this chat. Not in this community. It don't make any sense. It's ridiculous. Standing 8 toes down over there, ain't it, Bingo? What are you doing? Calvin, why so much fire today? Look at my hat. I've been waiting to wear this hat. I woke up grouchy today. Some of y'all been trying to figure it out this whole life. Why has he got so much fire today? What's going on? I woke up grouchy today. So that's what y'all getting. But you're getting real utilitarian value behind it, though. Real information. I woke up grouchy today. You feel me? This information is serious. Y'all got to get this information, man. Shh. Boy. All right. Now let's get to my charts that I screenshotted. Because if I go live tomorrow, it'll be after the FOMC meeting. Because I'm gonna be watching my stuff that I'm investing in. I got it's money's gonna be made tomorrow or protected tomorrow. Listen to what I'm saying to you, because the way that I just said that comes from a real place. tomorrow money will either be made or protected. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not going to turn my camera around, but because you already know. You already know I have positions that are up thousands of dollars, thousands of thousands. So either more money will be made tomorrow or protected. Somebody said, protect now. I don't have to protect anything now. I have stop losses. And I also have limit orders set for anything that's dipping down to anything crazy. So I don't need to protect now. I'm not interested in protecting now. That's not what I'm not interested in that. That's not how I work. I'm a little bit I'm a lot different. I'm a little bit more potent than most people. Yeah, my positions are in. You know what I mean? I don't need to try to protect $7,000 or $11,000. That ain't nothing. Okay, I don't need to protect that. All right. We're trying to get better positions. If the market pulls back, it's not going to do anything but give me better positions. If the market pulls back, I have limit orders set down in certain spots. It just those limit orders just get filled. I have better position. Y'all understand what I'm saying? That's all. So money will be made, more money, or money will be protected. Some stop losses on some things, and then limit orders being filled for better positions. Just three things going on there. Let's look at these screenshots and see if these screenshots are holding up. Cause people tell you that they know how to chart, and they'll tell you they're here for the people and stuff like that. But just y'all know how I roll. It's just like just show me. So let's go ahead and do. I got how many? I got 5 screenshots here. Are y'all sleepy? It's 9:00. Let me know if you're sleepy. I'm gonna go through these fast. I gotta go through these fast, and then I'm getting off because y'all getting sleepy. Bitcoin screenshot. Today is the 16th. Okay, so these is pretty much screenshot. Bitcoin sitting here, right? 115,348, and you can see here that I had this 114,733 line right there, and I told everybody. I said, in order for Bitcoin to remain bullish, it has to stay above 115,000. So let's just go here and look at Bitcoin right now and see what's up. And there's Bitcoin right there. Yesterday, I had this bull flag like this. This is the flagpole. That's the flag itself. And we were sitting right here, and I told everybody we need to stay above 115. Well, I may or may not know what I'm talking about. Y'all tell me. Here's your breakout of this bull flag, by the way, in case you was wondering, right? Yeah, right there. We were at 116, almost 117. It broke out of the bull flag. This one that was over here. So we're above 115, and Bitcoin, you have to stay above 115, which is right here where all of this support is. See all that support? See this little dotted line? See all that? That's those candles sitting on top of it. Support, 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 support. And anywhere that is down below it is resistance. But that's all. Look, that's all support, 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 support. That's pretty much 115. Bitcoin has to stay above this in order to remain bullish. And it did. And it broke out of a down channel as well, which was a bull flag. So I don't have a crystal ball, but I do know that when an asset breaks out of a bull flag, it normally tends to do the flagpole itself. So depending on how you want to take this flagpole, saying that this is the actual move up right here, then you could do that. You could do something like this from here, right here to here. There's a direct copy of this. And when a breakout happens, it normally happens like this, which means Bitcoin could easily run up here to $120,000 again, reclaiming up there where that high was. Somebody said that's what happens when a bull flag breaks out. You can see this right here. If you look, let me just grab it. Look, you think this is a game? You think this is a game? It's not a game. Somebody say this is not a game. That's how it works. So we know I was right on that. Let me turn my camera around. Ta-da. All right, let's continue. I got to get out of here. Let's continue. Was I right? Bitcoin needs to stay above 115. Okay. Now, let's go here and look at this. This is the total market cap. Okay. This is the total crypto market cap, excluding, this is the total three right here. So it excludes Bitcoin and Ethereum. And I said here, it was sitting at 1.11 trillion. And I have a little yellow line right there. And you can see here on that yellow line, look, on that yellow line, we was finding support on the top side of it. And I say, hey guys, you don't want to really see this thing falling below this line, because that was resistance. What was once resistance turned into support. Okay. Then you can follow that all the way back here where it was resisted right here as well. So let's just go and see that and see what's popping. Total. This is the total three right here. Let's go and see what's popping on there. Oh, wow. Imagine that. This is what it looked like yesterday. 1.11. Look, 3 ones with a trillion. Look, see that? Look at where we are now. 112. And we're no longer sitting there. We're pushing up off of that. Somebody say that was support, like he said. He just told you it was support, and now you get a chance to see it real time. It's support. We bounced off of that, and it's pushing up. You don't want to fall below this. It will be bearish, and it can challenge the bottom side of this or this pivot line right here. But we're not challenging the pivot line or the bottom. We found support, and we're trying to push up. Somebody say this is real charting. He just showed you how it works. And now you get an opportunity to see it from there to what's playing out right now. So we know I was right on that. That's pretty good. This is just another screenshot of it. So we just, look, this is when it was sitting right here. Right? It was up under the actual pivot line. It was sitting right there. But you get it. It played out exactly the way that I wanted it to play. So, okay, cool. We got that. Let's go here next. Let's look at this next one. This is Ethereum. I told everybody, well, Ethereum needs to stay above 4,500, right? At the time I did this, it was 4,402. And I drew this yellow line right here. And I said, look, you can see here that yellow line is because Ethereum had a bunch of support and resistance, right? You see this? This is the support on the top side of it. But look, this is resistance. What was once resistance, break, retest for support. And it was literally trying to hold that support. This is where we was. Ethereum was sitting at 4,402. So we got to check on Ethereum to see where it is. Oh, imagine that. Wow. So Ethereum is sitting at $4,500. Oh, I got it. So that yellow line of 4330, which is still sitting right here, we pushed off of that line. And now we're creating a small little bull flag. So Ethereum pushes up here, gets to this 50% level and breaks out of this bull flag, it'll look something like this. If Ethereum pushes up right here, hits the 50% level and breaks and retests this, you'll be breaking out. This will be another bull flag breakout. The size of this will actually be here, and you could be looking at a $5,000 Ethereum on the breakout. I'm not going to argue with people about it. The shit is right here. I know how to chart. So we know that that's true. That's 3 out of 3. That's 3 for 3 on that one. I'm 3 for 3, guys. I'm just letting you know. Let's go here and see what we're talking about here. This right here. Oh, yeah, that's just me showing you the total 3 right here. Look, this right here is actually 910. In case you think I'm just making this stuff up, today is September the 16th. This was screenshot on 910, right, at 1044. And I literally showed you the copy of this flagpole. I made a copy of it and I stuck it right here and said, this is where we're going. We were sitting here at 1.1 and I showed you here that when we hit this 1.1 here and I said, it's going up here, guys, up here. Okay. I'm not going to argue with people about it. That's what's happening. Okay. So that's your recap. The market is bullish right now, and it's bullish before Jerome Powell comes on TV. Now, I don't control Jerome Powell. That's a macro, that's way above my pay grade. I got to be honest with you. I don't know what the man going to say out his mouth. I don't know if he's going to be hawkish or if he's going to be dovish. I don't know, right? I don't know if he's going to go and cut rates, but says it in a way where it's still, where he's still kind of hawkish type of thing. Like, we're going to cut rates, but we don't know if we're going to cut any more after this type of shit. That's a hawkish type of move and statement. The market ain't going to like no shit like that. Even if it cuts, they're already pricing in a rate cut now. But if he comes on here and be like, we're going to cut, but we're only going to do a 25 and we're possibly not looking to do any more for the rest of the year, the market will tank. It will pull back on your ass. They don't like the hawkish talk. But if it's dovish and he says, we're cutting now, but we're only going to do 25 instead of 50, and we're looking to maybe cut some more later on in the year or next year, that's a very dovish move. The market will absolutely rally behind that. It will go ballistic. I don't know. It's above my pay grade. I don't know what the man gonna say, but I'm in position. You should be in position based off of what we know in the charts. The charts look healthy. They're great. They're in position to run. If he says something crazy, have a stop loss. Be prepared to get out of the damn market before it pulls back, or be ready to short it if that's what you want to do. But we don't control what JP is going to say. I know him personally. His name is JP. That's what I call him. I don't know. I know these charts though. So with that being said, do you believe the charts? What I showed you. How did I do in front of everybody? The stuff that I screenshot and say, hey, here's what the charts are saying. Here's what they look like. Do you believe the chart? You don't got to believe me, but do you believe the charts? We're in a good position to run. Let's see what happens. I have to wait just like y'all. I have to wait to see what happens just like you. I don't know. So we'll see tomorrow. Tomorrow's the day. And, let's see what the market does. Let's see if it runs up. See if it runs up. It goes crazy. All right. Did y'all enjoy that information? Sorry, I was a little bit of a grouch today. I got the grouch hat on, though. I was grouchy today. But I said a lot of important things, and hopefully some of it stuck. I don't need everything to stick. But if some of the things I said to you stuck, you're going to be in a better place. You can put yourself in a better financial position. I promise you these things. If you take this information serious and you build on it. Right? Now, for the first time, I believe tonight, maybe first, maybe second, I don't know. If I've earned the right to do business, I think it's the first time. If I've earned the right to do business with you, screenshot this. This is my website here, blockchainbullhorn.com. Blockchainbullhorn.com. If I've earned the right to do business with you, I have a trading course, a crypto cheat guide, and I can tell you, and I don't have to tell you, there's people in here, there's been millionaires created from both of these products. This is a $27 cheat guide to really show you how crypto works, not trading, but showing you the basics of how to protect it, how to be diversified and balanced, how to put your stuff on cold wallet so you actually own your crypto, understanding terminology and all of this stuff. This thing is powerful. Please, just grab this if you don't do nothing else. For those of you like audio, there's an audio version as well in this combo pack. So if you commute or you work out at the gym and you want the digital version to download to your mobile device immediately, and you also want the audio version, grab this. For those of you who are saying, no, I've been on here long enough and I want to learn how to trade crypto. I want to know how to do leverage. I want to be able to take $100 and turn the shit to $5,000. That's this. Unlocking the secrets to profitable crypto trading. It's for beginners. You can read this for yourself, but it's for beginners and intermediate people ready to sharpen their edge, right? You want to build a firm foundation as a beginner? That's what this is. These are videos and they're step-by-step for proven strategies, proven tools, and proven market insights. All right? This is very powerful. These two things together, absolutely potent. Screenshot this. If you don't believe me, go to my comments, okay? On the video that I just posted on my TikTok timeline, that last video, go and ask anybody in the comments, hey, is he for real? Are these products that he has, are they for real? Do they really work? Are y'all really making money out here with this stuff, or is he just hyping it up? I ask you, I actually encourage you to go and ask in the comments. I encourage you to do so, right? 2 reasons. First of all, it's going to help you because these are going to be your peers answering you. That's number one. I can't control what these people are going to say on the internet. They're going to say, people are ruthless on the internet. If your shit is trash, they're going to tell you it's trash. So I'm encouraging to go in the comments and just ask about me or my products. Let your peers talk to you, not me. Right? Okay, that's number one. Number 2, I'm a digital marketer. Doing that encourages the algorithm to actually push the video out. These are signals. Heart emojis, comments, likes, shares. That triggers the algorithm. So as a digital marketer, I also have somebody say he's got an incentive for sure to want you to do that. Because he must be believing in what he's saying. Because not only does he want you to do it, but he wants it to actually get triggered in the algorithm for a bunch of people to see it. He must be standing on business. He must be standing on business. Because nobody wants that if they ain't standing on business. You got it? Okay. I might go live tomorrow, and it might be quick. If I do go live, it probably will be after the FOMC meeting. I'm not one of these guys, Paul Barron or somebody on YouTube, that's going to be going live and watching TV with you as it's happening and watching the charts live with you. You know, I will be watching my own portfolio and making decisions on what I want to do with my entry points. If I want to protect gains with stop losses or whatever, if I want to get better entry points, I have to be watching that because, why would I not? Can you see my eyes through my glasses? All right, cool. I hope y'all had a wonderful time on this live, even with the grouchy part. I hope you had a wonderful time. I hope you learned something. I hope I encouraged you. I hope you have enough information to share with a couple people. Don't try to share everything. Because BlackRock, 12 trillion, bruh. That's all I'm saying, 12 trillion. What you know about that? Bitcoin going to 1 million, if they're doing 12 trillion, you just divide it with the 10%, and then see the Chase, right? Chase is the number one bank, 800 billion. Number one over Bank of, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't stop. Leave that to people like me who have that information a little bit more organized, have a little bit of a platform, have a community that can support the information, give you some like emojis and some crying emojis. But you don't want to go to your pawpaw or your nana or your mama or your daddy or your auntie, your uncle or your brother talking about, bro, I'm just saying though, bro. I'm just saying, ladies, all on your sorority sisters, your sorors, baby girl, let's listen. What I'm trying to tell you is because he was saying that HBCUs like Howard 2 million investments in endowment, and then Harvard like 116 million. What we doing? Don't do that. Your sorority sisters ain't ready for that right now. Don't. They don't understand the context behind it. You finna get yourself in trouble. No. Don't do that. Don't do that. No. Let me handle that part. Invite them to the live and let me explain that stuff with a little bit more context. But don't go out here talking about, because HBCUs ain't really doing shit. That's what they ain't doing. 2 million. Michigan got like 15. Stop. These sisters will get you. These brothers, don't do that. Okay? No, I'm just keeping it. Don't do that. Don't do that. You gotta make sure you get stuff in context. Don't just go out there slapping that information out there like that. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. Man, what? He said, what you talking about? I got a doctor's degree or whatever, and I got a da-da-da-da. I don't even know what the hell he talking about. I don't want that type of smoke. Don't bring that smoke to me, y'all. The most educated woman in America is the damn African American, the black woman. Look it up. No, I'm serious. Don't do that. Y'all know I'm telling the truth, okay? What I just said is actual fact. If for anybody that didn't know that, if you look that up, that's a true statement. It's just that we got to do a lot more with it because unfortunately, even though that's a thing in our community, they have a leading position because a lot of our men are not in position right now, and I'm doing the best I can to try and help change that. We got to get our men in position because these women is running it. It's true. It's a true statement. It's an absolute true statement. So that's nothing to brag about. It's true, but it's not nothing to brag about right now. We still got some work to do. All right, cool. Listen, let me look you guys in the face because I keep it real with you. I only know how to keep it real. I want to look y'all in the face and tell you this. Fellas, ladies, you're all kings and queens. And I love you. There's really nothing you can do about it. You know that you got a prayer warrior. I pray for you, your family. I pray for your community because all of that needs to work in tandem. Right? I need you to be healthy so that you can lead. Right? I need you to be healthy so that you can be evenly yoked with your partner. I need that to happen. Okay. So that prayer has to go through. I have to pray for your family, right? Because your family has to be covered, because that will destroy things internally, externally, right? Extended family, they can come at you once you start prospering. Everybody don't like it, okay? So I got to pray and I got to cover y'all for where you're saying you want to go. I got to cover your family for that. There's a lot happens with success. There's day ones and family, extended family. Everybody don't like it. So I got to cover that part, right? And then I got to pray for your community, because if you're thriving and you're inside of your community, we don't need the people in your community hating on you. You now moved your kid over to this, or your kid is driving to school in a new car or something like that, or they can do whatever, right? We don't want people hating on your kid, hating on you in church, hating on you at the grocery store because you are thriving in your community. I got to pray for your community that they're able to thrive so that you don't look like a mark because you're the only one riding around getting it. I'm gonna look you in your face because we're not gonna do this. I gotta pray for you, for health, wealth, right? Right? You personally. Then I gotta pray for the family. Then I gotta pray for the community. Okay? All right, that's it. Gotta go. I'm hitting my time mark. Trust me. You don't know, but I'm hitting my time mark. I gotta get out of here. I got stuff to do. So I love you. There's nothing you can do about it. Let's see what happens tomorrow when Jerome Powell comes on. We call him JP, right? We know him personally? No, we don't know him. Mr. Powell. Hopefully he says something that is dovish and it explodes the market. Let's see what happens. You should be in position. And if you are in position, protect your gains, protect your capital with stop losses. And I'll holler at y'all tomorrow. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for allowing me to be part of your entrepreneurial journey.